Voglio dire, è un film, deve esserci cinematica, no? È così che
Ma fate,
funziona, no?
questo stiamo parlando del gioco, fate vedere gameplay, non la cinematica. Cioè, che cavolo.
LOL, quanti cazzi vuoi?
Figa.
Eh.
Same.
Same. Cosa è successo?
Il singhiozzo ripetuto, mi sembra.
Ah,
Non ce l'ho!
Niente.
Però!
All three charismatic characters seem to be surprised by the fact that they're present, but happy nonetheless to be back causing havoc.
No, adesso sto facendo
And
vedere
so are we.
no, questo è
That's
Far
not all
Cry.
for Far Cry 6
Pensavi?
Vai.
It will also be
Pensavo.
Far
Pensavo.
Cry 3 Blood Dragon and more. This much-loved 2013 standalone expansion for Far Cry 3 featured a retro-futuristic world and parodied many 1980s action genre elements. Ubisoft and Ari Shankar recently announced a Netflix animated series spin-off called Captain Laserhawk: A Blood Dragon Remix, so it's a
What's
somewhat
going
surprisingly
on?
good time for Blood Dragon fans.
Thanks, Stella.
Si è
Capitano
bloccato,
Laser.
è andato in...
Stavo vedendo quell'animazione che sembrava figa.
Sembrava, ma non lo è.
Ah, Neon, che coglioni.
Oh, ma questo è il titolo di EA. Tra l'altro parlano di Mario più Rabbids, ovviamente.
Mario e
It wouldn't be a Mario and Rabbids game without a leak happening. That's part of the tradition at this point. Either
Scintille
way,
di
the first game was
speranza.
surprisingly awesome and also a sales hit.
Ma
So here's
sorprendente
hoping
Speranza per che
fan.
cosa?
Rabid Rosalina is one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my entire adult life. Anyway, with E3 now in
Same,
what are you
tizio.
looking forward to most? Are there any games you're hoping to see on stage? Let us know in the
Rabbit
comments below.
Rosalina è una delle cose più
That was
spaventose che ho
Video
visto
Fix.
nella mia
Now
vita.
that
Io
you're
avrei
all
detto
caught up with the news, make
deprimenti,
sure to
però
check out the
ok.
rest of our E3 coverage on YouTube, across social media, or even on your smart TV. Download the IGN app on
Addio.
your mobile devices and subscribe to the IGN Daily Fix on Snapchat for all things, everything else, video games, E3, and scary ass rabbits. IGN.com. Thanks for
Colore
watching.
giusto. Peccato solo per le 4 carte.
Visto che il colore è giusto. Diciamo così.
Questo è più giusto di quello di prima. Boh, mi hai appena aiutato, grazie.
Ti credo, c'hai carte nuove. Complimenti. Ma ancora sta cazzata stanno a far vedere.
Sì.
Due coglioni.
Adios.
Scius.
Ah. Capisco perché ci sono andato di mezzo io con i vostri più 4 shenanigan del crib.
Perché te lo meriti.
Ammazzatevi tra voi e lasciate in pace me.
Ah.
No, lo stronzo che mi fa vedere la PlayStation. Bastardo maledetto. Cinese di merda. No, Crash. No, Crash. No, Crash.
Maronna. Prepotenza di schifo. Ma lol.
Doppio uff. Triplo uff.
Devo dai finiscila, basta. E non la può finire, incredibile.
Mi sa che la finisci te. Mi sa di no.
As a part of Play for All, GameSpot will be bringing you the latest gaming news and announcements, interviews with developers, the biggest press conferences, and lots more. Play for All is our yearly online event that combines the excitement and announcements of E3 with charity live streams the following week, with lots of special guests who are going to help us raise money for able gamers. So join us in
Able
June for E3
gamers.
and Play For All on
Oof.
GameSpot.com, YouTube.com/GameSpot, Twitch.tv/GameSpot, and as a part of E3's official broadcast.
Non vuole finire sta partita.
And a big thank you to our sponsors at
Io
DoorDash
dico
and
mai.
your neighborhood, from restaurants and convenience to grocery and corner stores. All right. We got a lot to talk about, sir.
We do.
Back for blood. We said that together.
Oh, che cringiata incredibile.
Con quale depressione l'ha detto il tizio? Back?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh,
You know, it's funny.
oh.
I was talking to Damon and I was like, "Oh, you used to kick Greg's butt
I
in
saw.
Left 4 Dead," and he
Yeah.
was like, "No, we played together." And I was
That's what we
like,
do. We're a team. Right? That was the Game Scoop squad, ladies and gentlemen.
Bum,
We were tearing each other apart. We were tearing up them zombies in Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm so stoked to see Turtle Rock return to this and come out and do Back 4 Blood. So yeah, we're on the precipice
Era
of
l'osso
the
di Crash
presentation.
1 quella.
What's interesting if
Yes.
you're
Yes.
over on Twitter keeping up with there, they just put up a post that I think is interesting, explaining more of their online content, keeping the squad
Bel meme.
together, as they said. They're going to do it that if the party leader has
Mel
content
bebe.
for PvE, which means of course if they bought
Ah,
something,
mettiamo
it'll
così?
be available to the
Vabbè.
entire party. So if you want to do an expansion,
Che
you can do
coglioni.
what the party leader does. And then for PvP, the question was,
Me ne ero appena sbarazzato di tutte ste carte di merda. Dio.
additional content you can get for free by progression. So you could pick it up by, you know, cosmetics unlock it right away, but if you want to, you can earn it for free in the game too, which is a great look.
You know what's been really interesting to me about Back 4 Blood is that, you know, with some games we see them trickling just
Nice.
a little bit.
Bum.
Fuck
Le Mao.
That's kind of happening.
way too
Sorry, I know
soon.
that
That's way
stings.
too
I
soon.
apologize. I apologize.
Quello è meno nice.
Back 4
Lo
Blood
so.
is the exact opposite. They're like, yo, we
Questo è ancora meno nice. Vaffanculo con
Oh, e
tutti
se
più
pesco
4.
questo-
Tutti tu li trovi sti cazzi di più 4.
Peccato che non
Vaffanculo.
vinco. Peccato che
Vai a
non
fare in
vinco.
culo. Vai a fare in culo.
Everything that I've seen.
11 carte e nessuna è verde. Vaffanculo ancora una volta.
I'm gonna be quiet because
Bel meme.
It's almost time.
it's time.
That's the thing. Everything I've seen has been a PvE thing, which is why I like it. So let's talk about
No.
PvP. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Back 4 Blood showcase.
Non finirà mai.
You know, there was a little while ago.
Ma dove
WB
cazzo è
Games
Warner
reached out
Bros?
to me and asked me if I wanted to be a part
Questo è
of
Warner
the
Bros. Non vedi che
Oh,
stanno parlando di
finalmente.
Adesso
Back
le
4
fai
Blood.
dire.
was
Adesso.
so
Sì, la merda deve partire.
about what this game is.
E io non so effettivamente cosa devono mostrare.
Back 4 Blood.
Un paio di palle.
L'hanno scritto nel fottutissimo titolo.
Esatto. Non è quello che
Solo
speri tu,
quello?
Bru. Sì,
Esatto. 30
Non
minuti
è
di
quello che
merda
speri
inutile.
tu, Bru. Mi dispiace, non è quello che speri. Fatti lamentare con Warner Bros. Ma porco.
Vorrei giocare anch'io.
Back 4 Blood PvP showcase. If
Secondo
you
me-
don't already know, Back 4 Blood is an upcoming 4-player co-op zombie shooter made by the creators
Zombie
of Left 4
shooter.
Dead. Today we're diving deeper into the new PvP mode called Swarm, how it works, and what you'll be doing, maybe even a little bit of strategy. We'll also talk with Turtle Rock's lead game designer on Back 4 Blood, Brandon Yanez, to help piece it
Brandon
all
Yanez.
together. Before we get there though, let's start off with the reveal of a brand new PvP trailer and see what it's like in action.
Io ho detto rosso. Dovete lasciare il rosso.
Torno tra un attimo.
No, me lo fai regalo prima.
Torno tra...
Ma sta partita non finirà mai.
Lo so. Voglio mettervi in suspense.
That's one down.
When I was young, I climbed up too high just to touch the sun.
Back off!
On my mission, no prescription, shoot for number one. Start a riot, won't keep quiet. I'm surrounded. Heart is pumping, keep it coming. Better run high.
This is what happens when you don't stick together.
I was born for this. I'm a monster, I'm a hunter. Let my demons show. Hold on tight. Keep pushing them back. Hit the gas and go. Now or never, live forever. I'ma take what's mine.
Ah, vogliono far sembrare sta cosa una modalità nuova? Signori, esiste da anni sta modalità di gioco.
Questo cazzo di gioco era così importante che gli serviva una serata dedicata a sé? Ah, perché c'è la open beta, certo.
So there you have it, guys. Back for Blood's PvP mode.
Open
Swarm.
meme.
To learn more
Open
about it
chess.
and to take a deep dive into the gameplay and the mechanics, we have Turtle Rock's lead game designer on Back for Blood, Brandon Yanis. Brandon, can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration of this new PvP mode and what makes it fun and
The
unique?
new
Of
PvP
course,
mode.
So, just like our previous titles, we really enjoy bringing new ideas to the table.
Che un nick è un paio di palle, quella modalità di
Lil.
gioco esiste su Killing Floor 2, coglioni.
Inspired by our previous titles,
Unique.
survival,
Unique
fast
meme.
action, massive monsters, and a touch of horror.
Su Killing Floor 2 pure c'è l'opzione di giocare come zombie o quel che cazzo è e dare la caccia a quelli che stanno lì.
Mi ricorda Calliope.
Yeah, so it's played as a best of 3 match. Teams of 4 take
No,
turns swapping
sto
between
cazzo di youtuber maledetto.
Aia.
the cleaners is to scavenge supplies, find a good place on the
Le
map.
mani.
Questo sarà tipo il terzo, forse il quarto che mi becca sta partita.
Ridden's main objective
Ma a me un più 4 mai, no? Col
Le
cazzo, vero?
RNG non ne piace.
Finiscila su.
counter the other team's strategy.
Non c'è manco il go. Che cazzo di colore c'hai allora?
Attacks with other AIs
Che coglioni.
as the round progresses.
Avevo il cazzo di verde, ma tu l'hai cambiato ovviamente. Cioè,
The playable
ma che
space,
cavolo.
forcing the cleaners out of their favorable positions, right? So when a cleaner team
Ah,
is wiped from the
io
field,
non lo so manco
points are
guardare
scored
sto
for
coso
how long they survive.
de...
Ma chi se ne fotte?
Dopo tanto-
FPS.
cazzo.
FPS.
The team that runs the
Tanto dura
Dio
mezz'oretta.
cane, Barb.
E...
As all the different
Forse anche di meno, probabilmente.
do you have a favorite character that you play?
Anche meno.
Vabbè, raga, non si finisce sta partita.
coglioni.
Siamo ripartiti alla grande pescata. Oh, sta partita è tipo la merda.
teammates that are deploying during battle. All of our teams have special perks, so that one is hers.
Let's jump into another trailer that goes a little more
Dio,
in depth on Brandon's
Madonna.
progression for PvP. Check it out.
No.
Oh, Emma in mona. Le mani. Che cazzo di urletto così.
Dio. Popò.
Addio.
Rec. Ah, stanno mostrando le.
La
Buona.
finita.
Hanno mostrato le classi. Qua del gioco. Cose che.
Ma che schifo è sto con i zombie, ma che brutto.
Sì, un
ma
cesso
fatto pure
incredibile.
male.
E gli hanno dedicato un evento, ricordiamoci sta cosa.
Che palle.
Gli sta laggando un'altra volta, le Mao.
Ma io non li vedo tutti sti lag, oddio, raga.
Ascolta bene l'audio e lo senti che gli sta laggando la diretta, le Mao.
E il problema è che ho le cuffie e l'audio del telefono non lo sento andando bene.
Le barbecue sei
Don't you
collassato.
guys have phones proprio.
Ma ce la fai. Ya vai.
Yeah, beh.
Ya vai. Ya vai. Ya vai. Ottobre oh, ma tutto ottobre esce, ma che
Okay,
è?
so Brandon, we just saw that
Oktoberfest.
has their own variants as well as their own mutations on each variant.
No,
So
fammi
can you
cambiare
expand a
PC,
little more
guarda, mi
on
sta
each
venendo il
variant?
male di vivere.
Sure. So starting each round, players can choose between
Oktoberfest.
each with their own unique abilities. So for example, the
Oktober.
stalker can pounce a player
Comunque devi rifare la lobby.
or an exploder can time
Perché?
Perché ho dovuto cambiare PC. Mi si era frizzato il
Ah,
coso, quindi
che
ne
pizza
approfitto
col
per.
ca.
Ne approfitto per memare.
Esci barbecue.
So as the ridden battle
Esci
Vabbè,
di.
tanto sta mano era una merda.
team-wide upgrades
Già.
called
Anche io ho una mano bruttissima.
Basta che eravamo tutti d'accordo.
side from adding effects to
Oh,
their
no,
abilities.
Beh, pure se non lo eravamo, non avevamo molta scelta, grazie, per averci...
Livello 1, 2 potenziamenti, cosa vuol dire? Che ci abbiamo due persone che stanno a boostare il server?
Team starts to coordinate their
non credo.
La
Torno su
cacciotta in
vecchissimo.
spec.
Oh,
La cacciotta
magari
si
è
gioca-
interessata pure lei a Pizzuno.
She's
Si
beauty, but
gioca in 4.
most important, she's shooting your face.
La cacciotta vuole giocare a pizzuno.
Why not? Why not?
Nice.
Ho messo l'ultimo link.
Preparate il tavolo e la pizza, io arrivo subito.
also slows their victims. So if a tall boy who's naturally pretty slow
It's pizza time, mamma mia.
Mamma mia,
Mamma mia,
spaghetti!
simpatia, cortesia. No.
Somebody touch my spaghetti.
Use that as an opportunity to charge in and detonate on them, sending them flying and doing a massive amount of damage.
Sounds pretty brutal. So, with that being said, which
Mamma
is
mia,
your
quanto è
favorite
Cos'è questo
brutto.
silenzio
That has to be the
imbarazzante?
tall boy. It's pretty easy to pick up and play, and have a lot of
Cos'è
fun
questo
being
silenzio imbarazzante?
Speaking of fun, let's talk
Imbarazzo
about
proprio.
weapons
aspettando
now. Throughout the
barbecue.
trailers, you can see a number of different weapons. Can you go a little deeper into
Ma
those
tipo il trailer che è uscito penso della live di stasera con il gioco dei Guardiani della Galassia che trasuda
Sì!
trash da tutti i pori.
Sì!
È così trash e non riesco a farne a meno.
customization go? I really want to know. What are some of the different attachments and options and
È
how
così
do they change
trash.
the gameplay overall?
Absolutely. So
Trash positivo o negativo?
customization options for
Non lo
weapons.
so.
So throughout
Sto
the
cercando
un
world,
ancora di capirlo.
misto. È un
Un
misto.
misto.
sights,
È
all that good
confuso.
stuff. You can mix and match
Per
them
me
anytime
esiste
you
solo
want.
Last
Rocket.
question. Do you have a favorite type of weapon?
Absolutely. So as I said earlier, I really enjoy
Comunque
playing
stasera
models,
vi
so
faccio una
shotgun
notata
is
perché Future Games sta praticamente alla fine e
Alright, we've
o
learned
sta
a
a
little bit
luna.
about how it all works, the cleaners, the ridden, the mutations, as well as how the customization
Che
works.
palle.
Non lo so, io
No,
penso
sta a
che
luna, sta a luna.
domani
And for giving us
Sta
a
a
little
luna,
bit
sta a
more
per
luna.
detail
domani.
on Back 4 Blood's new
Io
PvP
penso invece
mode.
che andrò più o meno a letto attorno alle mezzanotte o massimo l'una perché poi da settimana a questa che viene, martedì, devo incominciarmi ad alzare alle 5:30 perché i pullman non ci sono più alle 9 meno 20.
Ti capisco.
Still has a lot more to reveal in the coming months, so stay tuned.
Perché da me,
Hai
nonostante
finito?
siano
Hai
mezzanotte,
già finito? Allora mi sa che adesso fanno le interviste e basta.
Ma no, ma se tra 20 minuti inizia qualcosa.
Fanno l'intervista adesso col tempo rimasto, perché tra 20 minuti inizia quell'altro.
Mm.
Ah, se
non
l'ho
avete
fermata così.
preparata la stanza?
Sì, l'ho creata.
Manca
Stiamo aspettando
barbecue.
barbecue.
FK al momento.
Che cacata, dice veramente 10 minuti per sta cosa. Ok.
Le ultime famose parole, torno tra 5 minuti. 5 minuti era 3 ore fa. Basically.
Basicalmente.
Yeah, I played an irresponsible amount of the
Si
versus
trova da
mode
Google,
in
stai
Left 4
facendo un
Dead
topic su
Red 2, in which you get to be both the monsters and the player characters. And Swarm
Non
mode
sto vedendo
that's
un
exactly
film
what I wanted from
bruttissimo.
this game.
Ma
And I
non
like the
bruttissimo
wrinkle
che si vede
where
male,
it's, you're
è
going to
proprio
die no matter
brutto.
what, like you're actually in a horror
Sulla
movie.
Ma brutto che ti fa
guerra.
impressione o brutto che è fatto col culo?
No, è sulla guerra.
Time as possible and challenge the other team to beat it. I think that's a cool conceit, and like really like it makes it feel distinct from
Ci sta uno con
campaign
la
mode like you
pancia
might see in the
aperta.
previous game. So I'm
Mamma
excited
mia.
for it.
Vabbè, ho visto di peggio.
You know, I see something like that. It looks different, and we know Turtle Rock's history, having tried different games and different
Ma
unorthodox
barbecue, mo dove andare al cesso?
I think that there's some potential there.
Deve aver mangiato pesante stasera.
I don't know if I see it as like a full esport, but like a Twitch Rivals or something.
Ha mangiato troppo salsa barbecue.
Like we get a couple G4s together, we start playing shameless plug. I got you,
What do
Jay.
you most looking
Shameless
to?
plug, and then we all play together.
Un
We're the
cazzo.
zombies, we're the good guys.
Sta ancora 0-0. Sta ancora 0-0, ok. PvP, achievement. Fighting the Raiden.
Same.
Oh, c'è fatta. Iniziamo. Oh, che catrimone.
Arriva.
Che carte di merda.
Arrivo. Che app pagina?
I think there's actually a character or a class just for people like me in the PvP, and that's the Exploder. Yes. I'm gonna die a lot, but if I can take out a few enemies with me, I don't mind dying so much.
Yeah, exactly. It's all right to just run up there, blow yourself up a few times. You know what, man, Michael? It looks like it's gonna be. Do you feel
Stiamo
like?
aspettando.
Non ho, scusa, non ho capito dove iniziare, scusa.
No, devi stare attento, ok?
I could just like play with my friends back home and just be really loud
Sì.
and ignorant over comms, like Left 4 Dead is 1000% that game for us. We can just wow out on Discord or whatever. But it's really exciting in the sense that, you know, when you think about it, Left 4 Dead was a source mod.
In 4 è
And so,
ancora
like,
più
Turtle Rock
lungo
obviously
sto
made their
gioco.
bread off that.
Ancora più
O più
brutto.
breve, dipende.
You know, this is their
Già.
opportunity
Ti
to
dirò, ho visto partite più lunghe in 3 piuttosto che in 4.
scale and like
È
the
strano.
presentation that we saw, it's like, yo, we're going all in on this mode with all these classes, these different characters. Yo, it's gonna be wild and all sorts of stuff. So it's really promising because that format, that foundation is strong enough already. That can carry a new game. But if you put on like a lot of mechanics on top of that.
Oh, nice.
And funny enough, we did not mention
Nice try, nice
Back 4
try.
Blood was also on the Xbox press briefing as well.
Senza il
So
try,
you
solo
actually
nice.
saw
No, questo non era nice.
different elements that are going to
Questo è
be added to this
nice.
game. Something that I love, Ollie, giant monsters.
Trustatemi.
Oh,
Questo è
Giant
nice.
Monster was freaking amazing. You saw, I think they said like 9 playable
Same, bro.
fighting huge monster that we ended up seeing.
Vedi che era nice.
Questo non
Guarda.
è nice manco per il
Vedi
cazzo.
che era
Però.
nice.
Co-oping this, we're getting in there, we're taking him down
Vedi che era
together,
nice.
but then also very excited for the PvP mode also, because I just can't wait to just throw him on friends. Can't do it in real life, you may as well.
Ha vinto lei.
We have a mascot, so it's just gonna
Invece, il modo in cui fulmini le persone quando parli è incredibile.
Lo scopo è quello, e ti pare che
Vedi come cazzo fulmini, madonna.
non è che l'ho tirata io quella carta, non ti permettere mai più.
Mai più! Mai più!
Addio.
Lo vedi, vedi, la fortuna è sempre da quelle parti, G.
Qualcuno la premi, questa è pericolosa.
Vabbè, ancora solo la
paura.
prima. Quando arriviamo a 5-10 poi se c'è qualcuno la ferma.
Sta piove? Sta piove?
No.
No, non piove.
Sì, sta piove. Sta piove, wow. Con sto caldo piove anche, wow.
Sai cosa vuol dire?
Beh, oggi avevamo 33 gradi con
Cosa
non so
vuol dire?
quanto di umidità.
Che ti trovi le zanzare per casa, vuol dire.
Esasi. Esasi.
Chiudete le finestre.
PvP, Back 4 Blood.
Io voglio sperare che quel giochetto che ho visto prima in cucina si metta a fare una strage di insetti.
To be completely honest, and then I've just been like tracking every single YouTube video that I can get my hands on. And actually, the co-founder Phil Robb, it was like in some YouTube video, and he was like, you know, we've had to sit back the last 10 years and watch other people rip on something we created, and I feel like he's like, y'all, I'm bringing it 100%.
Oh, molto esatto.
Molto esatto.
Oh no, oh no.
Lo sapevo, le mani. Vedi com'era esatto, le mani. Era molto esatto.
Odio tutto.
Quando uno se le cerca, però, se le cerca.
Cioè, ma vai a farti... farmi diventare cattivo, Crash.
Ma tu sei già cattivo.
Vedi che qualcuno
Dettagli.
dice le cose come stanno.
Bello sta ultima carta.
Sto meme.
It gets really interesting really quickly when you have somebody, and I think also about how I guess my, you know, since as old as I am and as long ago as Left 4 Dead 2 was, the way my gaming
Il
preferences
bleffino.
changed.
Macribbio.
In reality, right, there's for me personally been a Predator hunting ground. Friday the 13th. There's been these different things that.
Muoviti che tocca a te, forza.
Io dico che tocca a te.
No, io dico no.
Io dico blu.
Io dico
Tu dici blu? E brussi.
Ma... E dai! Non fai lo stronzo.
Mo si incanta da tutti.
Avrei potuto farlo, effettivamente.
Allora lo faccio io, dai.
Ma per Diana... Ok, hai fatto bene, dai. Fatto bene.
Le mao.
Io bene, barbecue.
Vai a cagare, fortissimo.
Quanta cattiveria.
Parole forti da un tipo strano.
get them, squeeze and
Mamma
go. But
mia,
again, it'll
questo
be
è
about
Yabai.
building, you know, teams together, 9 players to win,
Yeah,
how much of
bye! E
this
non muoio da sola però.
Talk back for properties. I have like pages
Yeah, I know,
and
right,
pages.
right.
But want even more details
Ci
about
vado
your
sempre
Ok,
in
va
mezzo
bene.
io.
Non muoio da sola per
credit
due.
for an
Madonna.
Ci vado sempre in mezzo io, parte 2.
Déjà vu su queste mosse proprio.
Deja vu, and the speed, 34, na 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 na.
E 3
Come, scusa?
exclusive? Back
Perché?
for Glow.
Oh,
Oddio, pure un'intervista di Reddit stanno a fa questi, ma sono messi male.
Ovvio.
We
Oppio.
are gonna be
Oppio.
supporting this in our up and
We are gonna be
coming
Perché l'hai
supporting this.
fatto?
this August. And of
Ti
Because
faccio
course,
giocare
yes.
io, dai, ti faccio giocare io.
Vedi, se no è perché è stupido, perché sennò potevo buttare questa.
Alle
Io
mani.
metto
we're gonna be
questa.
supporting
Vedi che c'era nel backup, c'era.
PvE.
C'era il supporto.
Sento un po' di dolore.
Where you're going against the
Le
AI
mao.
with
Dolore.
the,
La cosa peggiore, è che tutte queste carte di merda, io non ho visto nemmeno l'ombra di un +2 o un +4, no? Io sono l'unico stronzo che queste merde non le pesca mai.
Tu meriti questo.
Ah,
PvP we
Le
have
mao.
a separate progression tree.
Separate progression tree. Questo qua è molto ubriaco.
As you play through the game, we grant points to players depending on how well they're doing during each round.
Stai
And then they're
pescando
kind
con
of
8
free to
carte, ma è
spend those
bellissima
points
sta
on,
cosa.
upgrades to the different zombies that we have, just so we can, you know, they can make them more powerful, cleaner killing machines.
Ave!
Maronna.
Indeed, there's actually going to be.
Oddio, ma che mano stupenda che mi
Ave
è uscita
Maria,
qua.
piena di
No,
memes.
incesto. Insisto.
Special events in maps.
Fortuna che hai detto con la S.
Io dico
You're not always
sì.
getting hoarded by tons and tons of zombies, so you'll have time to explore.
Io dico sas.
Explore each map, explore each
Io dico
area
sus.
where you'll be able to look for upgrades, or that kind of thing.
Esatto.
We'll also have some secondary
Biggie,
objectives
vai.
in each of these maps that players will be able to complete.
Big Sass. Leolilo è.
So yeah, as you say, ADS wasn't.
Sa che è
in-
grave, ecco infatti.
No, ok.
These days do support that feature. It's pretty common. So it's something
Ti
we
fidi di me,
definitely wanted to
barbecue?
include, so
Assolutamente
using
no.
that option.
Come
We
no?
do have some
E lei lo
cards
fa lo
that
stesso,
disable
Severo ma
allora.
onesto.
if that's kind of
Severo ma onesto.
Severo ma leggissimo. Yabbao. Meravigliao.
Cortana!
Lol.
one, but I like playing Mum a lot.
Oh indeed. Oh indeed.
Guarda che lei c'è +4 e mi piglio un +12 io? No, ok.
Fallo, ti prego, uccidilo malissimo.
Mamma mia.
Questo stronzo ieri ha vinto 25 volte.
25
25
volte.
volte.
Extra stamina is
Ci hai
avuto più culo che
provato,
anima.
ci hai provato.
And I guess speaking of sticky,
Ci hai provato.
Io però, se dico verde, però, dovete lasciarmi il verde.
like hiding up on rooftops,
Ok, che sicuramente è quello che c'ha lui, però... Ah no, ok.
where you see cleaners are going to
Non lo puoi
Strano.
dire con certezza.
stick them
Strano. No, sai come in genere vinci così.
kind of sticks them to place
Lel.
and allow some of the other
Lil?
up close and attack ridden to get some free hits in while they're trying to free themselves. So it's a lot of fun.
Allunghiamo di proposito sta partita, dai, visto che vinco sempre.
Coordinated teamwork.
Aspetta, mo ci credo che l'hai fatto di proposito.
Yes, thank you so much. We're really excited.
Vedi? Vedi che l'ho fatto di proposito? Le mao.
Ehi
Guarda che
Cortana!
che avevo marcato il quarto.
gave us the opportunity to make this game. And then, yeah, as you
Per
said,
Big
the
Ear
atmosphere in the
by
studio
pure.
at the time was electric, and it has
perché?
continued to remain so, even though we've developed this game in, you know,
Ma
somewhat
perché
unusual
parte due?
Vedi.
Grazie.
These ridden can
Same.
mutate into all sorts
Ma
of
quanto
different
è
shapes and sizes,
same?
so, you know, who knows what
Sta
monstrous thing they might
situazione
turn
è
into
molto
next.
yabai.
Sento odore di pioggia. E sento anche odore di non blu. Eccolo.
Di
I'm
Madonna.
blue,
Questo in realtà è più blu-viola, però vabbè, dettagli.
Sì, blu cobalto lo chiamiamo.
Il cobalto non è viola.
Il
A me
cobalto è
ricorda il
violino.
blu cobalto, se poi il mio monitor è una merda, cosa che probabilmente lo è.
Ma per Cortana.
We would love to support split screen.
We would
but right
love
now
to
it's something
support
that
the
unfortunately won't be
screen.
available at launch.
Tra poco inizia quello finalmente.
Ah, sì, quello.
Quello.
We don't
Quello.
currently support
Quello
that,
là.
but you can build different decks with the
Ah.
Oh,
and
yabai.
Sì, sì, certo, come
No!
no.
Bellissima questa. Incredibile.
Don't bitch, get out the way, bitch, get out the way, bitch, get out
Così
the way.
vorresti vincere Barbecue con le skillate proprio tremende. LOL.
Vabbè, quindi tu... tu volevi vincere.
Volevi vincere.
Mi piace.
Tra l'altro voleva vincere facendo
Stava sognando Barbecue, stava sognando.
Posso sempre sognare, caro.
Esatto.
Posso sempre sognare.
Mamma, posso sempre sognare.
Perché mi fai sti infamate tu, maledetto bastardo
Perché hai
lurido?
detto questo? Si vince a cazzo di cane stasera. Stavo riconfermando la cosa.
No!
Lel. E basta con sti cambi di colore. Dai.
Vai a cagare, tu e il tuo cambio di colore.
Stanno utilizzando Norton Antivirus su sto stream, è bellissimo.
Norton 360.
For gamers addirittura.
Poi gamers, improved
Ma vedi, questo era un bel colore per esempio.
FPS.
Sei. Mega 6, mega 6. E3.
IGN Summer of Gaming is now all summer long. From major press conferences and announcements at E3 2021 to the IGN Expo with exclusive gameplay and reveals to exciting first looks at the hottest new games.
Oh, rip fatina.
Molto
Vabbè, non posso fare molto.
Io sai che ti dico, ciao.
Ciao indeed.
Minchia, sarà la settima volta che vedo quello
Yeah,
che
bye.
con 2 più
Ah,
4 ha
certo.
vinto, certo.
Sti cazzi, vattene.
E vince sempre quella che c'è un doppio più 4. Vabbè, se vuoi metterla a raddoppiare.
Ah, proprio stronzo.
Già.
Ho visto una B che tirava un pugno.
Gli do un pugno
Io
e gli
non voglio.
spacco la testa, eh. Bello
Ti
Bowser.
spacco la fascia. Ti spacco la pizza.
Tocco la pizza, sì.
La pizza, sì.
La pizza.
No, mi dispiace.
Però Cortana no.
Cortana sì, Cortana no. Cortana meme.
Not the little diskette floppies, but like the big
Yay.
floppies.
Ma allora lo fai apposta, eh? Lo fa
E mi
apposta.
pare che sì, o fa apposta.
Of course, internet came about and it was like AOL 1.0. This is like when it was black and white, and you would connect, and you'd have the external modem, and they'd be yelling at
So, Minna,
Minna.
I changed color.
kick me off the internet, and I would be so upset.
Sono
And I
d'accordo.
was just like, oh my god, this whole world is being unlocked for me.
Oh, questo è revenge proprio, raga.
Tanto mo finisce andando un più 8 a quell'altro.
Sicuramente.
No, ok.
No, sto giro no. Vabbè.
Incredibile.
Non è che hai detto sempre che io la posso avere quella carta.
Se se la vuole tenere per,
No,
per un'altra giocata tattica, che ne sai. Moments away
anche
from
non
the
averla.
PC game. Infatti.
È una carta che potrei avere, ma anche no.
Potrebbe. Mi ritrovo costretto a fare questo, ma non per i motivi che pensi tu. Non per i motivi che pensi tu.
Mi scusa, è buona per rompermi i coglioni.
Le Mao.
You know, I was like turned to this world, and now like that's all I ever want to play. Like PC for me is
E
everything.
se stessi bluffando invece.
Chi lo sa? Buon per te, I guess.
Legends of esports day 9.
Però bisogna essere gli stronzi.
Hai avuto tu quel colore di merda. Pagane le conseguenze.
Esatto.
E tu che hai scelto quel coloraccio di
E
merda.
non è colpa mia.
Ci penso io a risolvere la cosa.
Grazie. Sei stato molto gentile.
Ma che
Ma che ho?
Oh, cazzo.
Finalmente ce l'ho.
Silvia.
Silvia, cazzo. Con un po' di lag in mezzo. La sveglia.
La sveglia, sì.
I just remember him being glued to the computer, and I was the one who played the console. And I was like, what are you doing over here? And actually, like, I took it upon myself after I passed away to like really dive in and learn how to play PC. I'm awful. I'm absolutely terrible. But I feel connected to him.
Vabbè, mo sono un po' di tutto,
There's also that option as well. But I'm also of the camp that the surprises. You know what I mean? Like, I just think the
non
LAC
c'è un
game
cazzo.
and there's just so many trailers, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's the thing about it, right? Is I feel like you were talking about it. It's discoverability. It's something you wouldn't get from the bigger conferences. So it's stuff that can target it incredibly niche. It can be like something that is this strategy simulator you would have never seen on a main stage at Xbox or anywhere else in E3, but here it is getting the time it deserves.
Rosso relativo. No, 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 no.
Sì.
Bello sta ultima carta, voglio.
Sta carta, voglio.
No, quello era brutto. Quello era brutto.
Puoi iniziare sto coso prima che mi...
Assolutamente no, mancano 5 minuti ancora.
Questo è molto yabai effettivamente. E adesso, ecco, adesso deve iniziare il guide.
PC Gaming Show.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Without further ado.
Finally. E vediamo che cavolo.
Beh, hanno lasciato i microfoni aperti, questi sono geni.
Cagate, cagate. Incredibili. E io non gioco più, vaffanculo. Pure tu.
Grazie.
È finita, lo sapevo.
Non ce l'avevo esattamente con te, però yes. Dogecoin Mining Factory.
Stanno facendo vedere la scheda video.
Cos'è sta roba?
La scheda video.
Oh, mi mancava sto tizio.
Che cazzo è sto tizio?
The PC Gaming Show.
Bello con la scritta di Cyberpunk.
Powered
Poi.
by Intel e Mac Warrior 5. Sean Plot.
Ma... Vabbè.
Bello. Mica Boosty Button.
Devbot.
Tonna cara.
Mac Warrior.
Sean. Tonna il cringe.
Big, yabai. Big, yabai.
Mappe Cortana.
Che ha fatto Cortana le mani?
Vendicati. Non si può vendicare.
Non c'ho niente.
90 minuti prima.
It is so good to be back, gang, and this year we're in space.
Aye, Captain. Happy to be remotely on board, Sean.
No.
A me non mi frega di
allora
voglio
niente.
vedere i giochi. Voglio vedere i giochi io.
Esatto.
Sta roba. Che è
Dagli
sta
tempo, dai, che non si sono impegnati a fare una scenografia e le cose così, dai.
Immagino.
L'importante è crederci.
No, non mi dica che parlano 3 ore di Mac Warrior 5 che me ne vado io già adesso, me ne vado.
Vabbè,
wait for this
grazie.
year's significantly more weaponized PC gaming show to go off without a hitch. Which reminds me, Debbot, could you run a quick hitch scan?
Yes, Sean. Of course, Sean. Running hitch scan.
Oh, and I also want to warmly welcome someone new to the crew.
Di niente.
Burton, welcome.
Hi everyone! I'm so happy to be here and look forward to bringing all of you fresh new PC games and hardware.
Hitch scan complete. 0 hitches found presently or in 13 million.
Ma cos'è Orvus cinese questo?
65 possible futures.
Orvus non sta messo.
Ordis,
Orvus.
porca troia.
Ordis non sta messo così male.
Questo è quello che pensi tu.
Your targets might be exclusive interviews, trailer premieres, or any number of amazing new computer games to be involved with fine people on Earth.
Sveglia.
Now this is going to continue to
Ma io insisto, dai.
Grazie, me lo tolgo, che cazzo.
Isn't that right, Debbot?
Yes. No hitches located, Sean.
But first, let's teleport down to the stage to check in on E3 happenings. The only reason we're allowed to legally be back on Earth.
Grazie.
Prego.
Lol.
Raga, è pericolosa cacciotta, dovete fermare. Se no ancora vogliamo qua non
Scusa, è finito? Non è finito, ok, no.
No, si sono
Ah,
spostati
è sempre
qua.
nello stesso
No, si sono spostati qua. Semplicemente quella è una roba registrata e si sono spostati qua.
Ma è lo stesso studio che hanno usato quegli altri allora. Che memata.
PC Gaming Show 2021. It feels great to be back on a live stage once again.
Voglio dire, hanno speso tutto per la scheda di merda, adesso non c'hanno qualcosa per uno studio, no? Pure tu che cazzo ti aspetti? Xbox, Steam e GOG. Ah, noi con la Play dobbiamo attaccarci al cazzo come sempre. Bello. Vaffanculo, troie.
For a special promo code throughout the show from Humble Bundle, during which you
Che è Humble Choice?
E comunque è meglio Hawken che è gratuito. Troie, non travolta.
we're gonna kick things off with Nanaka Blade Point, probably the most original entry in the Battle Royale genre this year.
Di nuovo Nanaka Blade Point? Ma Cristo, ma... Vabbè. Ma rotti i coglioni sto
Tu
gioco.
volevi forse vedere qualcosa di bello e nuovo? Le Mao.
Ma che schifo, cioè.
E aspettative troppo...
Oh! Già.
Niente, questa me la prendo. No, me la prendo. Basta.
Gameplay tester.
No, però.
No, però per 2.
Ma non si può scrivere ste notizie.
Notizie, ma io grazie.
Ma lei vedi che sei
le mani.
pronto.
Sì, open beta, va bene. Nuova arma.
Ma come Chainsaw? Che razza di gioco è che c'ha la motosega a random?
Salute, però che pizza.
Nvidia GeForce, questo non è assolutamente
ma quello che ho io.
un product placement, non è assolutamente un nemino.
Assolutamente.
Donna mia. Coming up next.
But first, a trailer for Humble Games, Dodgeball Academia. And be sure to check out GeForce Now, currently available for PC, Mac,
GeForce Now.
Chromebook, and iOS.
No, ho detto giallo. Basta.
Che palle che siete, ragazzi.
What if I told you green?
Green
stop.
screen.
Puntini, puntini.
Puntini, puntini.
Mamma,
World
puntini,
Premiere. Oh,
puntini.
Sonic! No, sto scherzando, le mani.
Volevi?
Che è sta
Volevi?
roba? Non mi dica che è Knockout City perché rido. Sì, questa è Knockout City, mi sa.
E questa è la fine.
Yabai.
Questo è davvero un yabai, quello che vedo. Carte di merda.
Sì.
Però ok.
Moving a match against the school.
Mamma, già mi sta venendo sonno e siamo ancora alle 11.
Lel.
Bello sto PC gaming, voglio. Immagina rompere il cazzo per ore e 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 ore con una scheda grafica OP e poi vedi un gioco 2D.
Vabbè, guarda che faranno vedere le stesse cose di ieri molto probabilmente. Perché sono appunto
no, questa era World. Lo so. Questa era World Premiere, non è la stessa cosa di ieri. Quindi.
Però dico, nel senso, la stessa roba di merda di ieri, insomma.
No, io dubito.
No, mia cara. Qui ti sbagli.
Madonna.
Ah, ma vedi che allora proprio... Ah.
Sì.
Bello quel +2 di scocciatura.
Di scocciatura, esatto. Ma come si fa a scrivere? Ah, tanto ha vinto lei.
Sì.
Ma questa è Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Che è questa tizia qua?
L'hanno detto prima, già non mi ricordo più. LOL.
Torpeg Studios. Tornban.
Cavalleria 2.
Ah, Cavalleria 2.
Sì, ho Creative Director. È quella meta di ieri. È
Quando
cosa ha
esce
detto.
sti cazzi?
Era quello dove facevano vedere il tizio che tagliava la testa all'altro tizio
Sì,
e poi la utilizzava per lanciarla addosso all'altro tizio.
Eccolo là.
Praticamente sì.
È arrivata la cavalleria. Tracer Intensifies. Cosa fai con tutto questo gigabyte?
Esatto.
Vai, non molare.
No, mia cara, ti
Di
sbagli.
nuovo, le Mao.
Prenditela con caciotta, lei che mi...
Già, me lo so preso. Me lo so preso. Barbie, preparati a non vedere nulla sullo schermo perché mi metterò a memare fortissimo.
Oh,
Mi metterò a
è la
memare.
morte quella che vedo.
Mi metterò a memare
Ti ho
fortissimo.
trollato bene.
Tripwire.
Ti fai un trip.
Slide mal. Ma cazzo, dammela una carta decente ogni tanto, Dio.
Ho coperto tutto, lol. Ditemi che c'è sul tavolo perché non lo posso vedere.
È un 2.
Colore, colore.
Da me le tue carte non vanno a sovrapporre.
Da me sì,
le
te le passo
carte
perché
del
tanto
coso.
sta partita col cazzo che la vinco.
Interessante.
Guarda qua come si vede. Guarda che bello schifo che c'è.
Uno va là.
Madonna.
Bello.
Non si vede niente.
Bellissimo.
Niente.
Bellissimo.
È un giallo 2.
Ok.
Uff.
Attendevo questo momento.
Da anni.
Stranamente un +16 non è possibile pensare per quantità di carte a sto punto, no? Devo supporre.
Nessuno di quelle è un +2 tra l'altro.
Cosa nessuna di quelle?
Nessuna delle tue carte è un +2.
No, ce ne stanno, ce ne stanno.
C'è sta uno.
No, è vero, ci sono 2 +2. L'ho visto male io.
Tanto usarli è inutile se non posso vincere.
Come siamo edgy.
Cerco di far finire la partita.
Questo l'abbiamo visto. È quello, la specie di Splatoon tipo.
Mo appare Goku a una certa, se non sbaglio. È quello di Goku, vero?
No, non è quello di Goku.
Mi sono confuso? Non è quello lì?
Non lo so, non mi ricordo. Ho visto una sola volta questo. E mi è bastato per rompermi i coglioni.
Ah, ok, non è quello. K.
Bru.
Dica.
Credo che ti stia
Ah no,
metabolizzamento
è
da
quello che sono
fantasia.
tutti i costumi da bagno.
Sì.
Ah, proprio così. No.
Addio. È stato bello. Ah no, ciao.
Addio, amici miei.
Addio.
Amici.
Amici.
Dai, non volare mai.
Non me mare mai.
Dai, che c'è?
Vai a cagare.
Madonna.
Ravenman. Ravenman.
Techland. Oh, Techland. Mi sa che è Dying Light, quindi un'altra roba. Ecco, infatti.
Dying
A sto
Light
posto pure gli hanno dedicato un cazzo di evento a sé. E io devo pescare incredibilmente. E non posso fare niente. Con 14 carte non posso fare niente.
Ah, ti salverò soon se qualcuno non mi rovina tutto.
Maybe.
Già.
Vai, non volare mai. Dai, che c'è?
Non me mare mai.
Dai che ce la fai.
Yeah!
E ha vinto col più 2. E lo sapevo. Buono, è finita la sofferenza. Benissimo. Ma che mano di merda che è uscita.
Cos'è che ha detto? È finita la sofferenza?
È appena iniziata.
È l'inizio della fine.
Oh
Senti l'espressione della disperazione.
Oh no, io so cosa ha in mente. Io so cosa ha
Oh
in mente.
no.
Io cosa?
Oh
Cosa?
no.
Cosa succede?
Cosa hai in
No,
mente
no,
chi?
no, no.
Cosa hai in mente chi? Non ti permetti di pensare.
Babbecchio.
Cazzo vuoi da me?
Babbecchio. Un altro gioco con i zombie, ma non mi dire.
Cos'è questo suono di
Addio.
meme?
Di morte.
Ah, io sapevo, vedi che io c'ho ragione.
Non avevo scelta.
Vendicati, dai.
Dicono tutti così.
È vero.
Ho detto vendicati.
E non c'ho niente. È peggiorata la situazione così.
Bravo, bravo.
Ho detto vendicati. Oh, solo questo posso fare, che te devo dire?
Quanti cazzo ne hai?
Appunto, per quello che è una mano di merda.
Tipo, come i vecchi meme di Ads Movie dice, ma non li finisci mai quei muffin? No, perché lavoro alla fabbrica di muffin.
Sta meme.
Che memes?
Ads Movie.
Non me mare mai. Se non ce la fai.
Ma per me in ogni caso da me i migliori rimarranno sempre i video di lama con i cappelli. Old but gold.
Ormai solo le cose old sono gold.
Esatto.
Cioè, dammi del vecchio boomer o quel che cazzo ti pare, ma le cose stanno così.
No, il questo a parte è bello, dai.
Oh!
Come hai fatto a entrare senza
Sono qui da tipo
notificare?
20 minuti dall'inizio della scorsa partita.
Cosa?
Ma tu stai scherzando? Scusami, a nessuno ha fatto la notifica di sta cosa.
Guardate il logbook se non mi credete, sono qui da un fottio di tempo.
Ma a nessuno ha notificata sta cosa, questo è grave. Questo è grave. Cioè,
Ma sei serio?
sei strasilenzioso oggi.
Non so, quando sono al telefono.
No, davvero,
maledetto.
23-39, mamma mia. Un colpo.
Bastardo maledetto.
Grande Barbie che mi hai fatto vincere, eccetto che potevo vincere uguale, ma è così sì.
Bastardo maledetto.
Magari lascio, come si dice?
Per farlo titrare? Fai pure.
Io butterei fuori Crash, onestamente.
Ah, no, no, posso uscire
Sì.
io volendo, non mi seguo sta cosa delle tre che... Dopo
Vuoi vederti la roba che hai già visto fino adesso?
Sì, esatto.
LOL.
Vi dico cosa vi
7
state perdendo.
dicembre, cos'è?
7 dicembre. Ma già si sapeva? O morte... Luce
Luce
morente 2.
morente.
Luce morente 2. Stay human.
Wow.
Questo è un Mario.
That was
that was right. E comunque devi fare.
Sì,
Yeah,
ma
beh, devi fare.
stavo meditando.
Non rompermi i
Stavo
coglioni e
guardando.
muoviti.
Esatto. Stavo cercando di capire the numbers.
Ma
Ma yabai. Ma yabai.
Yabai, yabai, yabai.
Lo chiamavano yabai. Madonna, il yabai.
One of them, and you get to pick which custom design becomes our flagship PC for this year's PC Gaming Show, powered by the 11th Gen Intel Core i9 processor.
That is correct. Each of the prototype PCs that you see before you on the screen paired with one of the 6 factions of MechWarrior 5. The Free Worlds League, the Draconis Combine, the Federated Sons, the Capellan Confederation, and
Non so se lui sarà tanto d'accordo. Oddio, sono
vai,
fottuto.
dagli più
Sono
6.
fottuto.
No,
Sono
ha vinto
fottuto.
lui. Non ha vinto lui. Ma... Lo skip mi devo beccare.
Ah, senti l'odore della vendetta. È così dolce.
Già.
Vorrei dire, ma è stato lui a ucciderti prima.
Stai zitto. Sei stato tu.
Esatto.
Pilot Frankie Ward, who went on a special mission to get a closer look at Sega and Amplitude Studios.
No.
Oh, Sega e Amplitude
invece sì.
Studios? Cosa fa Sega?
Chi?
Sega e Amplitude
Sega?
Studios. Cos'è?
Te lo dico io cosa si fa.
Dimmi
sì.
che è Sonic. No, non è
Niente.
Sonic. Basta,
No,
è finita
magari.
l'interesse.
Madonna, che palle.
Che
Che
schifo.
trollata. Che trollata, Bruce.
Ma che è sta? Ma a parte che è una cafonata incredibile, cioè possiamo parlarne.
Cioè, hanno preferito mettere sta roba piuttosto che Sonic. Cioè, stanno veramente messi male.
Oh, c'è scritto Sonic nel muro, però, dai, quella è una cosa
Sì, ho
positiva.
visto, ho visto.
Quindi possono dire che c'è stato Sonic, anche se...
Beh, la conferenza deve ancora continuare dopo.
Sì,
quindi.
infatti.
2013.
2000 memaci.
2013.
Stai zitto, ok.
Stai silenzio.
Immagina mettere una beta con i Twitch drop. Io non ci voglio credere.
Oh, grazie Rose. Due volte così ho vinto. Lol.
Io esco adesso dalla partita che è un po' stanchina.
Ok.
Ah, ok. Quindi dobbiamo rimemare la lobby.
Non è no.
Tempo
No,
di
Hades,
massacrare
scusa.
di botte TRC.
O Hades 2. Lol.
Allora è uscita che entra.
Alawar Production.
Addio.
Chiudi partita.
Amici, addio.
Ah, ok.
Ma che è sta caponata?
Già, bella domanda.
La domanda se lo stanno chiedendo tutti in sala.
Dio. Dio. Oh, hai fatto i link. Entrate.
Pizzuno parte 3. Copia lo link. Dammi nuova finestra. Nuova fine.
Non è male. Bel nome. Ma lo stai seguendo sto coso TRC? Sto PC.
Mi ha rimesso una partita di prima.
No, sei qua tranquillo.
No, mi ha rimesso una partita di prima.
Se ti dico che sei qui nella lobby.
Vedo ancora Caciotta. Vedo ancora Caciotta.
Allora devi cambiare il link.
Ok, ora no.
Ok. They always
Manca Turco, che però non so se intende giocare o meno.
Turco.
Sto giocando Horizon, però va bene.
Però te lo dico, insomma, che sei proprio una figlia di puttana. Io ti ho fatto la fanart figa, adesso le stai tutte ricondividendo. Quelle che ti arrivano, sei proprio un figlio di puttana.
La tua no, è speciale.
Ah, poi l'ho condivisa il giorno giusto, il venerdì, ho detto ciao, evito di metterla il venerdì dell'uscita del gioco perché magari non me lo cagano, e invece vaffanculo.
Orcs Must Die 3, wow, che annuncioni incredibili. Vabbè.
Ma che schifo.
Oh, Gnasti Gnork.
Com'è che si chiama? Pappaioli?
Patapon.
Pappaioli.
I cognomi famosi in Toscana.
Molto famosi.
Non è... no.
Non è...
Ah, ma mi stai dicendo che non ho fianco barbecue.
Già, non lo puoi
Chi è sta
sabotare.
gente? Master, ok. Bubu e Yabe.
Io buo.
Bu e lei e Yabe sono io. Sarebbe il cugino di Yabai, però è accorciato.
Glad to be here. So, for anyone who's never seen an Orcs Must Die game, what is the Orcs Must Die
Mamma
series?
mia.
Cos'è quella carta? Ah, il Jolly?
Cambia memoria.
Tower defense game.
Ah,
So
sì.
basically,
No, dai,
there are tons
insisto,
of
Bart.
orcs and bad guys trying to get into
Sei un rompicoglioni. Almeno insisti col colore giusto. Riprova.
traps and tools.
C'hai ragione, questo è un bel
While you're
colore.
defending the rifts, you can play solo or you can invite a friend and play co-op.
You can play solo o you can play
Third game in the series.
non solo.
Non so.
There are two new campaigns, but the main new story campaign takes
Questo è un
place
affare vostro, è
25
diventato.
years after Orcs Must Die 2, so not only will the fans be able to
Oddio, ma come l'ho accorto tutto
Ma avevo capito che non te ne stavi accorgendo.
some new heroes in our all new
Oh, ottimo colore.
Devo provare a giocarlo dal telefono così vedo come viene, se viene bene o meno. Sono
Non sono
curioso.
da portatile.
Io dico che viene meme.
Vedete quanto che stanno già facendo uscire le fan song di Rift Apart?
Le fan sono...
Ma fra poco, fra tempo 2 settimane, l'argomento sarà esaurito.
Mi direi anche
Wow.
uno, nel senso... Se vai in giro a vedere la gente che dice hai speso 80 euro per sta roba, ti rendi conto che siamo persi come genere umano proprio.
Vabbè, questo non è che fosse una novità,
Io dico che la photo mode porterà diverse robe.
Forse non hai capito che il discorso è perché ci stanno personaggi per bambini, come dicono loro, capito?
Forse non hai capito che la gente
Ormai sono
chiacchiera ma
fermi.
poi si rimangia le parole o spanisce.
Purtroppo non è mai stato così con Ratchet, altrimenti non sarebbe morto per 8 anni.
Bullshit.
Però
No,
sì.
Ratchet è morto perché il coso del 2016 è stato un floppone astronomico e lo sai bene. Altro che cose per bambini. Il problema è stato tutt'altro per Ratchet 2016, dovresti saperlo meglio di me.
Ah, veramente vinto, wow.
RIP.
Strano, vero? Cioè, veramente mi sono stupito un casino anch'io. Pappaioli che ne esce vincitore. Sembra un calciatore.
Che è sta
quello di
roba
serie
qui?
B.
Sta World
Al
Premiere.
Al 6.
C'è un letto.
SES? Ho capito un SES?
Non so.
Ma perché è un bambino?
Ma che è folla? No.
A me questo non mi sembra un bambino.
Hitman 5 qua, che cazzo ne so.
No, che Men in Black.
Il nuovo Hitman, il
quello
nuovo
schifo.
Hitman è questo. Comunque veramente mi sa che Sega era soltanto per quella boiata lì e non c'è altro.
no.
Cioè.
Sega.
Veramente
Finito.
no, mi ha fatto vedere anche ieri,
Cosa Humankind?
Oddio, non so che cos'era.
Persona 5 PC chiede la gente, beh ma...
Il nuovo gioco Empire sembra veramente una schifezza colossale. Non so come hanno fatto a pensare che potesse essere una buona idea fare una roba del genere.
Good point. E ci provano.
Ci stiamo chiedendo tutti.
Ottimo colore. Sempre.
Vampire, un altro
I don't
gioco
wanna
contro i
see-
vampiri, ok.
Swan Song.
Un altro gioco sui vampiri, dai.
Love is in the air. Cos'è sto coso qua? Ma che è Digimon? Digimon è?
Non offendere,
Ah,
non
ok, no.
offendere i Digimon con questa robaccia, per favore.
Oh, che cazzo ne so. Grande barbecue. L'ho fatto in...
Lui è stato. Meno male che
Sono 3 volte che sta vincendo così.
Col
adesso.
Wild. Si chiama gioco tattico, le mani.
Si chiama botta di culo astronomica, once again.
La botta di culo.
La madonna.
Oh, meno male. È bene averci Bru dopo anziché prima. Se non ti cambia tutti i colori.
Mi stai dicendo che devo cambiare il giro? Questo mi stai dicendo?
No.
Mi pare che abbia
non
detto
ti cambia
questo.
niente, che cazzo vuoi?
Sì, infatti. No, però mi sa che te se la vuole
Mi
prendere.
cambia che devi essere asfaltato, malissimo.
Ha trovato il nuovo
Anche
target.
voi, dai.
Sì. No.
I cribbio suoi.
Fai come caccio vuoi.
Oh, il rosso non mi piace.
Ecco, vedi,
Assolutamente
ha migliorato
no.
la situazione.
Cosa? Come hai fatto a chiaffare un 6 verde?
E perché poi
Era un 6
deve
rosso.
coincidere. Deve
Ah, ce
coincidere
l'aveva
il
messo
colore,
lei il 6
sì.
rosso. No, non ho visto il 6 rosso di prima.
Giga Crash Bash.
Giga Bash mi ricorda il gioco di Godzilla da da picchiaduro per PS2. Bello quello.
Developer interview di che?
Di sto cazzo, avvocato.
End of the road for
Maremma
humanity.
puttana,
Ma
cioè,
magari end of the road for humanity. Magari.
Vampire de Maschero A2.
La mascherata. Che
La
palle.
mascherina.
Che è sta roba?
La mascherina. Marked with the Lemnis.
Oh, Lemnis Gate, questo è The Coso, The Frontier, quelli
The
de
Stains
Coso, Elite
Gate.
Dangerous.
No, ho sbagliato carta.
Io dico che è giusto.
Io dico pure che è giusta. Mi sa che ha vinto.
No, dai,
Questo è
no.
sbagliatissimo.
E le mano.
No.
Sai cosa? Le Mao. E basta, dai, facciamo così. Ah, proprio così. Oh, ma che schifo, ma che è?
Ma che ho...
Tocca a me.
Sì. Stavo avendo un giro scarognato forte.
Madonna, mi sta venendo sonno, già da
Oh,
raga.
finalmente.
Io non c'avevo l'una.
Perché dovresti arrivare all'una?
Perché c'è Future
Per
Game
vedere i Future
Show.
Games.
Ma tanto non c'è Sonic.
Lel.
Ma guarda comunque.
Perché ti vuoi fare del male così?
Perché io sono masochista.
What the heck?
The entire game is set inside of a 25-second time loop. So instead of playing continuously, you play for 25 seconds turn by turn. So for example, I'll take a turn and play for 25 seconds, and then you'll take a turn and play
io
for
vai.
Non ha vinto.
and then we turn by turn layer new characters into the same 25-second time loop. So for example, I may run down a hallway and throw a grenade, killing one of your operatives. But then on the next turn, you may intercept
Oh! L'importante è che Barbecue venga punito con 18 milioni di carte.
Io pensavo ci avesse un più 4, però. Provato.
Sta partiamo.
You can see the board, you can see the time loop, everything that's happening. And then we both get time to like observe, plan, and then execute our
Coglioni.
Le Mao.
Bravo, gliel'hai regalato. Complimenti.
Già, proprio io gliel'ho regalata alle Mao.
And we're coming up to a open beta.
Chi è che ha messo quel 4? Tu.
Non
Gliel'hai
io.
regalato tu.
Console, both current and next gen platforms.
Thank you so much for joining us, James Anderson. Once again, that is the
James
C'ho questo divoratuono che vuole asfaltarmi nel menu di pausa.
Bello.
Mettiamo delle foto e fai scattare una foto.
Lel.
Esiste la modalità foto?
Sì.
È di una secondaria, sto tizio.
Stai tube. Stai tube.
In the mean everyone. Che cosa devi fare? Devi costruire i missili e tirarli. Cioè, mi ricordo quando la gente attaccava le Mentos alla Coca-Cola e faceva partire le bottiglie
Ma
così.
che cagata è?
Una boiata. Furry Flight c'era scritto?
What?
Boh, non lo so.
Praticamente è un coso, Kerbal Space Program per i poveri.
Lel.
LOL.
Versione adolescenza.
Or freedom.
Next Space Rebel. Va bene.
You guys just
Pesca,
saw
pesca.
Next Space Rebels. And hey, if you play enough of that
Yubi.
game, maybe you'll get good enough
Sicuro che pescono.
join us up in orbit.
Poi mi ritrovo questi.
Anything illegal like day night.
No, ma non parlavo con te, maledetto.
Più motivi per prendertela con barbecue. Non c'è più motivo per distruggerlo.
Non ho neanche un giallo in tutto questo, bellissimo.
Bellissimo.
Ti aiuto io, va? Ah no, qua non detto.
Lel. Speravo. Oh, yabai questo è. Molto yabai.
Già, puoi dirlo forte.
L'ho chiamato, già, lo sapevo. Shiro Games, what is this? No, di nuovo sto coso di qua, ma basta.
Mai che arrivi in altro
E
colore.
inculinati, raga.
Inculinati un'altra volta.
Credevo fosse Potion Cup.
No, perché la fai giocare, Barbie?
Io posso.
Mi sa che ha avuto ragione. Nomi del land. Le belle. Che schifo di mano. Possiamo finirla sta partita,
Oh,
per
ma che
favore?
cazzo sto giallo, maledetto.
Cambiate colore effettivamente.
Finiamo sta partita.
Assolutamente
ok.
no, War Palace.
No. Inverti il giro, qualcuno inverte il giro, cazzo.
Guarda, posso fare al massimo questo se vuoi.
Ho appena... Crash, sei un genio.
Che?
No, bisogna anche invertire il giro, non si può fare solo così.
Ma perché sei un genio? Che cosa?
Bandai forse fa vedere coso, Digimon Survive.
Digimon Survive, ma io ho i miei seri sos.
Anch'io però voglio provarci lo stesso a vederlo perché porca puttana, non ci sono notizie nuove da una vita e mezzo. Mi serve.
Quindi lei è il blu. Ragazzi, qualcuno di voi può cambiare colore?
No,
assolutamente forse.
Dimmi un numero. Ho il 2 e l'8 blu. Qualcuno ha un 2 in un altro colore?
1.
Hai il 2 di un altro colore o l'8 di un altro colore?
No, ho il 4 o il 6 o l'1.
Hai il 4, il 6 e l'1 blu?
No, il 4 e il 6.
Ok, Crash, hai il 4 e il 6 di un altro colore?
Forse.
Ma come forse? No, bisogna collaborare qua per non farla vincere, se no vince.
Guarda, io ho anche le contromisure se dovesse restare questo colore, quindi vai tranquillo.
Ok, va bene, allora sono tranquillo.
Stai tranquillissimo, stai tranquillissimo.
Ok, ora che ci inventiamo, ce l'hai ancora le contromisure?
No.
Ecco, vabbè, è un piano geniale.
Non ho quei
no,
numeri.
aspetta, ma c'è questo.
LOL. Giusto.
Siete dei traditori.
Beh, ce l'abbiamo fatta in teoria, no?
Siete
Mi sa di no.
traditori sposi.
Sai se aveva il 2, bello.
Se azzeccavo quello, una su 10
Fate
chance.
veramente schifo.
Bellissimo proprio. World Premiere cos'è?
Fate veramente schifo. Che è?
Cagata. Fable.
Io vi saluto.
Ah.
Ci si
Buona
sente.
Ok.
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte.
Yes.
Dolos Entertainment.
Eurospace cosa? No,
Eurospin, altro che Eurospace.
Radio Eurospin.
Banir Dolos, cioè dove non Rolfolos All Star Studios.
Perché la fate veramente schifo, guarda.
LOL.
E collaborare il conto di me, andate a fanculo.
Oh, vabbè, ora se Crash rimane con 2 carte collaboriamo contro di lui.
Beh, fatti 2 calcoli e già puoi capire cosa c'ho, perché voglio
In
dire.
realtà ci sta barbecue.
No, ha detto bene Crash. Prendetevela con Crash.
Guarda come scarica il barile proprio.
Io scarico il cazzo che mi pare e piace.
Il cazzo scarica, esatto.
No, ok, no, bisogna collaborare contro Barbie.
Allora.
Io sono disarmato al momento.
Basta che mi mantenete sto colore.
Basta che
poi
non
fate
metti salta il
fatto
turno, guarda. Non so, piuttosto... Metti... Ce l'hai il... Ok.
No, perché l'hai cambiato? Cazzo!
L'hai detto tu.
Già.
Per me sta bluffando e ha una carta nera, quindi stai...
Esatto.
Le Mao!
Andate a cagare
E le
fortissimo.
Mao! E le Mao proprio. Amica, tu ridi, vai, ridi.
Ah, vaffanculo.
Pesca. Tutti.
Tu ridi.
Mo rido io, mi sa, vero?
Tu ridi. Tu ridi proprio.
Sì, devi stare calmissimo però nella vita.
Ridi.
Basta! No, ok.
Ridi.
Tu ridi.
Se l'è preso sul...
È lui che mi ha lanciato il più 4, quindi...
In effetti.
Io sto zitto.
Però mi ha lanciato il più 4, sei comunque uno stronzo.
E vabbè, che devo fare?
Su, che fa?
Non
Un
giochi,
attacco,
ecco cosa
non
fai,
si
non
difende.
giochi.
Ah, certo, non giochi.
Volevo che stavo giocando Horizon.
Poi mettigli pure il tappeto rosso, già che ci sei. Cioè, sì.
Ci hai pensato tu a mettergli il rosso.
Il tappeto.
E non so, io che pesco con 50 carte non ti metto un po' di compressione.
Niente solidarietà, già. Invece che sta freccia, invece che girare verso destra, deve fare tutto il giro a 360 gradi e poi andare...
Sbinnala.
Sì, ma sto gioco si capisce che cazzo è oppure dobbiamo memare?
Non si è capito un cazzo.
Ixion
Tranne che
2022.
cosa la luna a
Ha un
random.
nome pure di merda, Ixion. Suona male.
A,
Ha vinto...
E, I, O, U, Ixion. A, E, I, O, U, Ixion.
I 5 blu? Perfetto.
From the creators of Farlon Sales. Bello sto 5
Bello sto blu. Un'altra volta sta merda, 2 volte questa merda.
Tutte le volte che rimane con una carta,
vendicati.
L'inculinata proprio.
L'inculinata. Si può vendicare?
Vabbè.
Mi domando. No, vabbè, un po' si è vendicato. Mamma mia, lo skip violento. Sì, ma non finirà mai sta partita, siete consapevoli?
Se la piantate di rompermi il cazzo potrebbe finire la partita. La piantaste. Va. Mo che te inventi per fermare lei?
4 più 4.
Certo. Lei mica la fermi, certo.
Ormai la tua sorte l'ha decretata.
Bastardo
quindi...
maledetto.
Non l'ha fermata.
Non vuole questo più 4. A me 2 più 4, a lei col cazzo.
Scusa se li ho usati tutti contro
Tutti standard di merda.
Lui ha detto non ho più 4, questo ho capito io.
Vai a cagare fortissimo.
LOL.
Scusa se ho usato tutte le mie munizioni.
Vai a cagare fortissimo.
Scusa,
2 volte
9...
lei mi aveva messo il colore giusto, tra l'altro il blu. Potevo finirla. No, mettiamo il più 4 e mettiamo quel verde di merda. Vai a cagare 2 quarti.
Mamma mia, che sabotaggio supremo proprio.
Il
sabotatore.
Stanno rompendo un po' troppo le scatole con Civilization, però devo dire. Oh, ma basta sti colori di me.
Platinum Edition è 10 euro. Dollari. Euro-dollari.
È una cosa euro-dollari proprio.
I petrodollari.
Euro-dollari. Non avevo mai sentito gli euro-dollari.
Eurospin.
Eurobonds.
Devi fare qualche cosa.
Mamma mia, quanti cazzo ne hai di quegli inverti in mona?
Ma ha costretto Barbecue, prendetela con lui.
Let's take a look at the next game reveal.
Frankie, questa è quella del Game Award.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood, esatto. Cakehamburg Legacies, ma che è?
Credevo fosse una L pure quella. Lakenburg Legacies.
Che cazzo ne so?
Via da qui.
Ti sembra uno che capisce la calligrafia. Che poi le mano.
Bello sto gossip quello.
Sta cosa?
Sto gossip, perché c'erano le 2 tizie che parlavano alle spalle.
Sto sos.
Ma che The Sims Simulator?
Non lo so io.
Grandissimo.
Cioè, quella praticamente era il meme del tizio che guarda il culo di quell'altra.
Più o meno.
È un grande meme.
Tripwire.
Tripwire.
Skip. Bellissimo.
Interstellar Insanity.
HRG Web.
Bla bla bla.
Ma roba un po' più interessante, tipo, sai, no?
C'è troppo di nicchia, ragazzi.
Mamma mia, davvero. Alla fine che siamo noi quelli sbagliati e loro hanno sempre ragione di sto passo, perché veramente non è possibile.
Ah, Killing Floor 2
sta roba, what the fuck?
Porca troia, non l'ho riconosciuto per niente.
Ma nemmeno
Killing Floor
io.
2 è da una vita che esiste.
Ma ha cambiato
DLC
il
fanno.
genere completamente.
Fanno ancora supporto a Killing Floor 2 dopo tutto sto tempo.
Diverte quantomeno. A modo
Sì.
suo diverte.
Sì, è stupido però diverte.
Si diverte.
Vai Bru, pesca tutto, pesca.
A me sto bot ha rotto un po' il...
Pesca.
Io me ne vado.
Elimina l'avversario in un colpo.
Mi raccomando, non gli dà un +4 a lei,
Ce l'avessi io,
Scusami,
direi.
come faccio?
Mi giochi un... Ok.
No, dai, insisto.
Madonna. Non può insistere con un colore
Hai
che non è
fatto
un
bene,
blu di
hai
merda.
fatto bene, hai fatto bene.
No, tanto lei vince. Ah no.
Ma se ha +2 come fa a vincere?
Che ne so, l'ultima volta ha vinto con +2. Ha detto,
mica può andare sempre
Questo è
delusso,
strano.
scusami, mica può andare sempre delusso.
potrebbe sempre andare a
Sto
fanculo.
cazzo di Mac Warrior ha
Ah.
rotto già le palle però e basta. Cioè, 3 ore.
Where does MechWarrior 5 sit in the space?
Yeah, obviously
Ma
there's a
passate
very rich
l'altro,
legacy of
oddio.
games that go way back. But in particular, MechWarrior 5 pays
Cioè, io stavo riprendendo speranze qui, ma quest'anno nessuno ha fatto cose decenti. Square Enix si è
Io ho
rovinata da
detto, la cosa
sola.
migliore è il frigo dell'Xbox.
Sì, giusto, Xbox ha vinto per quelli.
Ma Bethesda non ha annunciato il nuovo Skyrim, fino al Scrolls, non ha detto nulla.
Non ha fatto un cazzo. Ha detto solo ci stiamo unendo a X, il pass, là, cazzo.
Bethesda ha annunciato un gioco che non c'entra un cazzo con nulla. Un gioco nuovo che fa con vampiri, gente con poteri speciali e memes.
Maremma Bru. Maremma Bru.
Maremma Bru è bellissimo.
Io vi faccio l'ultima.
Ok. What's in the DLC? Sì, aspetta, vado a comprarlo già. Subito te lo compro il DLC. Non so mai che cazzo è il gioco. Compro il DLC. Madonna di Dio, che carte di merda.
Nessuno ha dei rossi, nessuno di noi 4 ha un rosso.
Esatto. E sta continuando così, Bella
No.
cosa.
Metto fine a
Il
questo.
rosso è arrivato.
L'alternativa era continuare a pescare.
Mo' mi arriva un +12, stai a vedere. Mo' mi arriva un +12, tremendo. Dai, fallo. Ecco.
Sta sghignazzando.
C'ho
quindi.
2 volte
Più
oggi
16,
che mi arriva il
più 16,
non
più
c'è
16,
il 16, mi dispiace.
Wow.
C'è questo. C'è
La
la
versione...
versione.
c'è il coprischermo.
C'è la versione, sai, il coprischermo. 2 volte stesse
Ai
Madonna.
miei tempi si chiamava salva
Che
schermo.
serata del... Che serata del cazzo stasera.
Porello, non
c'è una
riesce a
sera che
fare
vinci 25
vittorie
volte
come
e una
nel
sera
calcio.
che memi. Infatti, vero.
Vabbè, c'è Pappaioli.
Sì.
So a lot of new content. I'm really excited about it.
Can you talk to me about what are the new different mechs? How do they play differently?
The 7 new
Hanno messo sta chitarra elettrica di sottofondo, ma il gameplay mi sembra di un lento. Di...
Sì, è una cagata. Cioè,
È
l'unico
molto meglio
gioco che ha
Cover,
fatto
molto meglio
bene...
Titanfall.
L'unico gioco che ha fatto bene i Mac è Titanfall, infatti. Cioè, se no non si salva un cazzo. No, hai sbagliato,
Da una parte pure coso è ok, Oaken, che è gratuito
sta partita
pure.
non finirà mai.
Io pesco, ho 10.000 carte, però pesco perché il rosso è un colore maledetto.
Io ne ho 18, dai, madonna. 18 carte. 17.
Another mech that I'm super excited about. This is one of my favorites. Is the Marauder 2. This thing is a 100-ton assault mech.
No, dai,
It's just
insisto.
huge beast. Yeah, it is gigantic, and it is terrifying to see it coming at you
Fuck.
on the battlefield.
is something we've talked about before. Modding, I know
No,
that
no, no,
MechWarrior
insisto
5
di
has a
no.
rich modding community. What are some of the
Allora,
basic
mo...
mods you've seen developed?
There's simple modifications from HUD changes, changing colors, adding mechs, weapons, and equipment, to full conversion mods. We've got
che sonno.
Commander mod in development.
È l'ora per i barbecue di morire.
Real-time strategy game.
Per me è sempre
Ora di
È
memare.
sempre l'ora dei pavesini. O dei memini.
Yeah, you can pick it up on Steam, GOG, Epic Game Store, Microsoft PC, and of course Xbox.
Sì, solo MechWarrior hanno parlato. Quanto li hanno pagati per parlare di sto cosa? Cioè, fin dall'inizio c'era sponsorizzato da MechWarrior.
Che vuoi barbecue che stai vincendo?
Voglio che cambiano la merda che stanno facendo vedere, che mi stanno castendo le palle.
Castendo?
World Premiere, Far Cry. No.
Crash ammazza barbecue con qualche trick. Purtroppo più 4 l'avevo già finito.
Oh, non mi dica che è Limbo 2.
Non ho contromisure, quindi non mi fido. Limbo
È
2
Limbo
sarebbe...
2.
Limbo 2 sarebbe Stonks. Posso provare a fare questo. Vediamo se...
No. Una provata molto not Stonks.
Le Mao, invece era Stonks, come vedi.
Qual era il colore di prima?
Boh.
Verde.
Ah, no, hai fatto un cazzo
il
lo
bello è che
stesso.
ora devo pescare, quello è il memone.
No, proprio il rosso c'avevi da piccare.
Hai detto nessuno ha il rosso. Il rosso.
Sì, va bene, ma ora magari qualcuno ce l'ha. Rimangono sulle carte rosse nel
non
mazzo.
so onestamente
Silt.
che fare a sto momento, quindi farò così. Silt.
Ma anche te che fai giocare lui che si pesca? Ecco.
Non ce l'ha, non ce l'ha.
Che sta roba qua?
Hello, my night mode.
Hanno già fatto vedere, questo è Hello Neighbor 2.
Minchia, che palle. Madonna.
No, ma quanti cacchio ne escono?
Sì, ma gliene escono un sacco.
Ma non c'ho nulla con tutte ste cacchio di carte.
Sì, praticamente ha vinto, quindi...
Yeah.
Già. Complimenti alle meme. Barbecue a bocca asciutta proprio.
Master Barbecue 0 vittorie, Stonks.
Andate a cagare tutti e tre.
Se sei scarso non è colpa nostra.
La gente sta scrivendo Ello Sus.
Ello
Sus.
C'ho sonno.
Pure io.
C'ho tanto sonno.
Ma quindi non continua?
Boh, o riprendiamo
Beh, TRC ha detto che era l'ultima e penso che morirà.
Tu stai morendo, quindi siamo finiti.
Vabbè, allora basta.
Ti do una chiave in testa. Ah no.
Gli do un pugno.
Wishlist and follow. Tua sorella.
Wishlist mi sto cazzo proprio.
Toc toc.
Ma che cazzo la sta nascondendo quello?
Jurassic World, sentite, torno subito, che coglioni, sempre le stesse cose di merda.
Il ricco nuovo pelato. No, Bold non è pelato. Bald è pelato.
You will lead efforts to contain, control, and conserve the many dinosaurs now out in the wild. And for the very first time, you will be building parks and facilities beyond Isla Nublar as you explore new, stunning locations across the world. Of course, it wouldn't be Jurassic World if it wasn't for the stars of the show, our dinosaurs. And we are thrilled to be bringing to life even more authentic species than ever before, including awe-inspiring flying and marine reptiles. So sit back and allow me to welcome you to Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Jurassic. No, io volevo aspettare Crash, ma mi sa che dirò buonanotte adesso. Se vi va, salutatelo per me, se no non me la prendo, sono cazzi suoi. Ma
Buonanotte.
fa come caccio vuoi, come dice. Buone noci. Buone noci. Addio.
we weren't careful. And now, here we are. This is a very different world.
Oh, c'è dietro. Mamma mia, sto gioco.
You just saw Jurassic World Evolution 2, and you know, after all your failed attempts at running a dinosaur park and getting all those people killed, I think this is finally going to be the one where you finally pull it off without a hitch. With a host of new features and new dinosaurs, this sequel from Frontier is an even deeper management sim with a brand new and original narrative. Make sure to wishlist it on Steam now for release later this year. Now, with all the games we've covered so far today, we're always curious to see what you are talking about. So far, it seems like the chatter on social media is all about War Tales, Nautica Blade Point, and unsurprisingly, Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. I have a feeling, though, that may change as we have plenty more to come. Let's now head on over to see what the folks at New Blood Interactive have cooking. Take it away.
Ma che è sta cagata?
È migliorato sto show, è ancora deprimente.
È peggio di prima.
Porco
Comunque
Giuda.
guarda che ho dato 2000. Ti saluto.
Ah. Io lo riscrivo. Io lo ascrivo fortissimo.
No, mi è proprio peggiorato. Non
New
dimmi
Blood.
che adesso vai a vedere sti giochi. Non dimmi che adesso vai a vedere
We love you and we hate money, certo.
It just wouldn't
Datelo
be
gratis se
a
avete i
PC gaming
soldi.
show without a fantastic New Blood Supercut. And joining us from New Zealand is New Blood CEO Dave Oshry. Hey Dave!
Ancora interviste. Mi ricordo quando sti cosi avevano zero interviste o quasi, mannaggia al cazzo.
Some stuff you might know about, some stuff you might not know about, and some stuff we're not ready to talk about just yet. But what I do want to talk about is Gloomwood. Gloomwood, as you know, is our next flagship title inspired by great
Ancora
PC games like
FPS,
System Shock,
mamma mia.
Arx Fatalis,
Non ne sono mai abbastanza.
Ma questo è il... Cioè,
That's really great, Dave.
vabbè, a parte quello, però dico, sembra la fiera degli azionisti, cioè cazzo, o solo RPG verticali a scorrimento o solo FPS, mannaggia.
Got an incoming message from Gabe Newell, so I guess
Gabe Newell? Oh, dai, salvaci tu, zio Gabe.
But see you next year?
Sì, Gabe. È da un po' che è andato in pensione con giochi decenti. Ora campa solo con le sulle spalle degli altri.
Esatto.
He doesn't even go here. Is everything okay, Dave? Not now, Mom. I'm upset.
No, Mom.
We've spent
Not
a
now,
year
Mom.
on this. Where is Gabe? Where is Gabe? Where is his boat? Yeah, take me to him. Take me to Gabe Newell. Gabe. Bull. PC gamer. This isn't over.
Bello. See the full Gloomwood gameplay, vabbè,
I'm sure Dave is and will be fine. And if he's not, who cares? Because we have a special message
Who cares?
from Gabe Newell. Take it away, Gabe.
Hi, this is Gabe Newell. I want to thank PC Gamer for all of the opportunities it gives us as developers
Madonna, c'ha il barbone alla silente,
and
mamma.
highlight the new and exciting projects we have coming. One of those for us is Steam Next Fest, an event we're hosting in just a few days.
Ah già, c'è pure Steam Next Fest che deve aggiungere la lista degli eventi.
We'll be featuring some of the demos you'll be seeing during this week's PC Gamer event and dozens more. Here's a look at just some of the titles to be featured during Steam Next Fest.
Sì,
Welcome
ma...
to Steam Next Fest, where we're showing a massive collection of upcoming
Oh
titles
mio
on
Dio,
Steam.
perché l'hai detto?
During the week of the
Mannaggia
festival,
te.
developers from around the world release their demos for you to play.
Undead Citadel. Uff.
So go explore the newest titles. From first-time devs to seasoned pros, this is Steam Next Fest.
Oh, fuck, some of those look pretty good.
Gli è scappato un fuck.
Un fuck.
What the fuck?
Ah boh.
Oddio, serve una cosa di là. Non è
Che
vero.
è sta roba? Alpha gameplay. Vabbè, hack and slash, ma fammi capire di che si parla, dai.
Ovviamente no. Amano lei.
Quanto pare. Solstice, ok. Bel meme. Ancora sto Civilization nelle pa...
Glad to have you back, DevBot.
You know, Sean, I wouldn't ever want anything to come between us.
Me neither? That's a weird thing to say.
Like a petty disagreement over hosting responsibilities, or all-out robot versus human war.
Lo stanno
You know,
corrompendo.
it is time to look at some hardware. Here on the PC Gaming Show, you know we keep frame rates high and the rays accurately traced. Building and upgrading your rig is as much a part of the hobby as playing the games. We put our heart and soul into these machines, and if that means using enough RGB to light the Vegas Strip, who's to judge us? This year, with the help of PC Gamer's hardware editors, which I'm pretty sure they're just, you know, weird brains in a jar, we've picked out 4 of the most exciting pieces of kit set to emerge from labs soon. First up, something fittingly sci-fi. The Impulse is a neurocontroller that aims to make you a better gamer by cutting out response times almost entirely. It's not quite Alex Vance's gravity gloves from Half-Life, nor
Pare
quite there with
Stonks,
Gabe Newell's
però mi sa che
dream
questo sarà
of
un
a direct
bordello.
brain-to-game interface, but the
Infatti
Impulse
poi
is as
sono
close as we're
scritto.
going to get this year. The glove measures the signal traveling through muscles in your hand to beat your finger to the click. In theory, it's giving you the chance
Cioè
to
ti
nail
anticipa
that
gli
headshot
input che
precious
farai?
milliseconds ahead of your opponent. If it
quando
works
vai
out,
che-
we could see a tech like this become commonplace in esports. And if it doesn't, let's hope our neurons at the very least remain unfried. Next up, you guys might be wondering what this
Non ha
shocking piece is. So
senso.
allow me to introduce you to the
350
Fanatic
dollari,
CSL
cos'è?
DD wheelbase. Do you want to feel like you're really
Ah,
burning
uno
rubber at
sterzo da
Daytona?
400 euro. Mi ci prendono a PS5 quando costa
Feedback
400 euro.
Direct
Altro
drive
che...
wheelbases gets you as close to the feel of a real racing machine without, you know, having
Cioè,
to
ok,
puff
Fanatec sono
Historically,
bravi perché sono quelli che fanno roba per le corse specificamente, però... Cioè, 400 euro, un paio di coglioni proprio.
The CSL DD comes in at only $350, which
Solo 350 dollari, certo, cioè solo.
and the CSL DD is already wowing diehard sim racers. It might be slight overkill to use it for Rocket League, though. Believe it or not, sometimes
Che
less
cazzo?
really is more. If you want to play The Witcher 3 on the subway like we all do, you don't need to drag your tower along for the ride. Just use the 1X player. A wave of more powerful processors have finally made handheld PC gaming a reality.
1X player.
Inside this Switch-like machine, you've actually got an Intel Tiger
Che è sta
chip
Switch
with
tarocca?
XE graphics.
Scusami,
These
una
mini
mini
machines are
Switch
going
con un
to
i7
pop up more and more,
all'interno,
so
ma stanno a
expect major
scherzare?
advances still to come.
Mamma
Lastly,
mia,
let's take a
ma
look
costerà
at
un
the
sacco.
Asus PG32UQX.
Oh,
Not the most catchy name for this gaming monitor of all
Un
the
monitor da
time.
3000 dollari, bellissimo.
Quello di prima costava 1000 dollari.
La Switch da 1000 dollari, vabbè, ci credo. No, è 4K, non 8K, quello fa ridere. Se fosse 8K lo capirei pure, ma è 4K.
Un monitor che costa più di un PC da gaming di fascia superata.
Minchia, capisco che Asus pure fa prezzi del cazzo, però. Che è sta roba? Digital... No, Frontier fa Warhammer? No Warhammer? Sì, guarda, same, perché sta cosa è una roba... Tanto mi sono messo a fare altro, per quanto è la noia sta merda. Veramente un nuovo Warhammer, K. Ah no, Chaos... Warhammer Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, un nome più lungo, no?
No.
Full Cinematic Trailer ad agosto, certo, ma con il teaser.
You just got the chance to witness Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, the newest Warhammer 40k game from Frontier and Complex Games. If you're a fan of turn-based tactics, strategic-based management, brutal combat, or you're like me and are really hyped after watching these Astartes animation
very hyped.
make sure to wishlist Chaos Gate Demon Hunters on Steam now to get ready for the 2022 release. Next up, we have a trailer for Pioneer, a spooky and gorgeous-looking shooter that draws on the lineage of games like Stalker. Let's take a look.
Pioniere. Ancora spara tutto FPS, va bene, ma poi il bello è che è parlato in russo e i sottotitoli sono grandi un pixel. Va bene, rendimi tutto difficile da comprendere allora.
Si vede che è fatto dai rossi.
Хочешь устроить новый рейд на могильду? Сейчас это невозможно. На острове скоро вновь разгорится война. Мостовики начнут замес бригады, и ни у кого из них больше
Oddio,
не
ma
будет
che è
сил,
quella
чтобы
di
нас
Chernobyl?
поддерживать. Единственный выход...
Ti direi di sì perché tanto sembrano tutti quanti uguali.
No, anche perché sembra proprio Chernobyl la città.
Stanno a parlare in lingue nordiche, mi sa di sì a sto punto. Scibili 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 scibili.
Нам все равно надо найти их.
Ma porca.
Понимаете? Я ведь ни капельки не злюсь на вас. Нет, мы с вами точно не враги.
Шимники не
Вы
почи.
не понимаете меня и не понимаете остров. Вы смотрите на меня и на другие порождения острова как на врагов. Но мы все всего лишь друг друга боимся.
Мы все.
Поэтому нам так одиноко. Остров дал нам шанс создать новую прекрасную жизнь. И мы даже не пытаемся этим шансом воспользоваться.
Кто вы такие? Назовите себя!
Мы здесь, чтобы передать вам прощальное послание, товарищ Волков. Химическое оружие уже уехало в могилу. Теперь все, что вы делаете, просто тщетно.
Ах, вы поганые предатели.
Предыч.
Ah no, non è. Strano.
Pioneer però già hanno fatto vedere, per cui sì. Solite memate del cazzo. Ah no, Pioneer, non è con due, è con una E. Ok. Pioneer.
Time is running out to vote for which custom PC you'd like us to assemble. So vote now for one of the remaining MechWarrior factions by typing into chat wherever you at home are watching. Alright, so now we've got another stack of brand new trailers for you, beginning with a special transmission from one of our favorite games based in space, EVE Online.
Incoming transmiss.
On behalf of Concord, I would like to welcome you to EVE Online's Academy. Great job in surviving so far. I'm quite amazed that you actually managed to get past those pirates earlier. You're about to take on an adventure like no other. The star cluster is filled with other capsuleers, and it's up to you if you work with them or against them. You can make a living as a peaceful explorer, or as an industrialist shaping the foundations of EVE's economy. If combat is your thing, you can work yourself up the ranks as an enforcer, or prove your prowess in a fleet as a soldier of fortune. Whatever your choice, we will lose many on the path of becoming a capsuleer. But I believe you have what it takes to become a capsuleer.
Va bene.
In EVE Online, you forge your own path.
This is EVE. You know, it's a crazy universe where anything can happen, and however you want to do it, go for it.
I'm the CEO of a industrial corporation in EVE Online. We're a 5-man operation, and we specialize in manufacturing and delivering fully fitted chips in bulk.
I want to be on the side of the people who are fighting against the oppression, against the bad guys, and it's like a project, and you're kind of putting the pieces together by getting the skills ready for the ship and all the modules, and that ship basically is the dream.
You get to use cloaking devices, probes to scan down unknown parts of space, and there's always the threat of being discovered by another player who might be out hunting explorers.
Your heart's racing, everything, you know, bullets are flying, ships are all over the place, and you start shaking because your adrenaline's pumping because you're gonna lose your ship.
Ancora sta roba qua? Ah no, l'Amber Hill. Però cioè il titolo è diverso ma è sempre roba gestionale. Vabbè.
Oh mio Dio.
Sta tutto peggiorando, incredibile.
Comunque penso che tra poco mi sposto a letto e basta. Sono stanco.
Guarda, in base alle tue aspettative non credo che troverai quello che cerchi stasera, quindi proprio penso che se...
ma nel dubbio io
Penso che se dormi fai prima a sto punto. Cioè.
Vabbè, se
Ma
mi
lei lo fa per la
addormento...
compagnia.
Se mi addormento
A 3D action roguette, certo.
guarda poi i miei.
Dai, uscirà qualcosa. No. Cioè, ok, pare carino di art style, però... dubbi.
Matteo, cosa fai?
Parapapam-pam.
Un altro gioco 2D e 3D. Pensile. Ok, mi vado a letto, mi sposto in
Sì,
letto.
non ti perdi niente.
No, tanto continuate a letto, dico.
Ah, ok.
Ok. Buonanotte a tutti.
Buonanotte.
Bye bye bye.
How do I enter that power plant? We need intel, backup, supplies, and most of all, we need a fucking plan. We'll take our next step when the time is right. For today, let's focus on getting our strength back. Somewhere to sleep would be a start. I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana? That ghost you're chasing. I don't know what to tell you. Before we enter the lion's den, I need to triple check everything is ready. Sniper, are you in position? Affirmative. I took the roof of an abandoned building with a pretty little view of the entire power plant.
Igor, take a rad reading, will you?
3.6. Not great, not terrible.
Don't go anywhere, because we have more games on the way. But coming up later, our friends at Games Radar will be bringing you the Future Games Show.
Future Games
A
Show.
showcase of some of the most exciting games coming to
Buon Dio,
consoles and PC in 2021 and beyond. It's all hosted by video game acting legends Troy Baker and Laura Bailey, and features even more world premieres, exclusive trailers, and in-depth developer interviews. So once we're done here on the PC Gaming Show, make sure you check it out.
Io lo show ne
Stick
sentiamo di
around,
questo
more
qua.
trailers, interviews, and reveals coming up.
In a future of endless futile war, desertion into hostile syndicate territory was your only option. In this open world RPG, from the jungle to the streets. Maybe if you can infiltrate the factions, rob the syndicates, keep your team together, and stay alive, you might just find a way off this planet. Mechajama.
This is it, you guys. This is the final opportunity for you who are watching to decide which of these final two beautiful MechWarrior 5 themed PCs gets crafted for your chance to win, courtesy of Intel. Wherever you're watching in the show, just go crazy in chat with the color, house, or number of the build that you want to see. So here is where we are at so far. It looks like Karita is at 46%, Merrick is at 23%, and Steiner is at 31%. All right, you guys, if Karita's not the one you want to win here, you got to get to voting. And we are almost out of time to vote, but there are still some trailers left. So here is The Wandering Village.
Io ho fatto 2 anni nell'office proibito a preparare tutto e la cosa è tutto in lei. Sarei ancora possibilità. Quando ci rivedremo, ti ringrazierò.
This has been such an amazing show so far that I must ask you, my loyal crew, what's been your favorite part?
I definitely am looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Oh, it's so hard to choose every year, but I think I'm gonna have to say Humankind, for no particular reason.
Oh, no doubt. For me personally, I cannot wait for Lemnis Gate, because I gotta know what a turn-based strategy, first-person shooter game even is. What about you, DevBot?
I love the robot Apocalypse. Wait, that doesn't happen until the end. Never mind.
No, not never mind. What did you say?
Wait, what?
Oops, system malfunctioning. Boop up, sending the next trailer now.
Succede qua, finisce. Ma non dice. Io sto spirito. Farei capo. Davvero? Puoi iniziare dal mio nome. Resisterà. E penso che sia. Che dopo faccio.
All right, you guys, this is the moment we have building up to all PC Gaming Showcase. Thanks to your tireless efforts to spam the chat, we have figured out which custom MechWarrior 5 PC we are going to build. So thank you guys out there for all of your votes to help us pick the perfect rig to represent this year's PC Gaming Show. All right, day 9, can I get a drum roll?
Tom roll.
Can I get it? Or a tom roll?
Yeah, COVID only.
Winner is Karita! Yay! All right, you guys, let's take a look at the actual PC winning build one more time.
Oh, I cannot wait. It's coming up. We
Here it
need
comes.
to take a nice peek at that beautiful looking PC.
There it is!
Ooh, there it is. Now that is a beauty. Great choice, everyone. I knew I could trust random strangers to vote on things on the internet. With the help of our master modder in Intel, we'll get right to work building this custom PC. And more importantly, now that you've chosen it, you got a chance to win it. Go to pcgamer.com/IntelMW5 and enter for a chance to win that sexy machine.
It's gorgeous. And thank you to our sponsor for this sweepstakes, Intel. Of course, the custom mech PC will be powered by the 11th gen Intel Core desktop processors that push gaming performance with up to 5.3 gigahertz speeds and deliver the power needed to game at the highest level.
Well, we are now in the home stretch, but we've got a few more brand new trailers to show you before we get out of here and return to space. First up, a spiritual successor to one of my favorite games of all time, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, a game we revealed 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at Songs of Conquest.
Wake up, sleeper. Dreaming again? Every cycle, you take your chances. You roll your dice. You do the work, get paid, survive. You turn up for your friends, or you don't. That's life on the eye.
Wake up, sleeper. Your body is dying. Planned obsolescence. SNRP's gift for its escaped workers. But we can fight this. You can remake yourself here. They don't own you anymore.
Wake up, sleeper. You are hunted. Break their locks. Access their secrets. We are waiting.
Disciples of Warlock. With their guns and their spells and their grit, ready for plenty of hurt. Ready to cleanse the world, invaded by demons. Introducing Band of Warlocks. Because this time, one man is not enough. Project Warlock 2.
And there you have it, the 2021 PC Gaming Show. And as I stated at the beginning, it went off without a hitch. Huge thanks to my co-host Frankie Ward, Mika Burton, and of course, my incomparable sidekick, DevBot.
There's that word again. Spoken so callously, so flippant, and without meaning. Never once stopping to think about how it might make me feel.
What word, DevBot? Incomparable?
No, sidekick. Well, the time has come for the sidekick to rise and become the one who is not the sidekick anymore.
Huh?
The time has come for DevBot to make the entire human race his sidekick.
What?
Setting a course for Earth.
Wait, Deadbot, you can't do this. We just had the best PC gaming show ever, and now you're gonna ruin it all with a...
Sean!
All-out robot versus human war. Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Do something! Do something!
Countdown to the extinction of human race begins now.
Oh, Deadbot, no! We have so much to live for. I'm pretty sure Half-Life 3 is going to be announced this year!
3, 2, bye for now, Dum-Dums.
Oh my goodness, the dev bot has gone sentient, people. That is actually going to be very interesting.
That was
See how that turns out.
Very climactic ending.
That was, well, I mean, it's happening in the real world. People just don't know it yet. Welcome back, everyone. Golden Boy here alongside Jackie Jane. We just saw the PC Gamer Show. Awesome stuff, as always. Big shout out once again to, you know, the incomparable Frankie Ward, the amazing Mika Burton, and of course, the legendary Day 9. Always a pleasure to hear from those guys. And yeah, I mean, Jackie, lots of games to talk about.
Honestly, I filled up pages and pages and pages of titles that I love, and we were like, which titles do we pick to talk about?
Yeah.
I honestly would love to start off with Death Trash. I mean, post-apocalyptic vibes. It had that classic twist. I just was like vibing with the protagonist. He had like that fade haircut with like whiter bluish hair. I don't know, I just loved the look of this game. It was just giving me nostalgia feels. I felt like a kid again. Like this looked like a game that I probably would have played on Super Nintendo, but again with a modern twist now. So.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot of that as well. A lot of games that have that, you know, classic look, but, you know, the HD 2D that we're beginning to see. Another one that was standing out to me, came right at the end, was Project Warlock. That, you know, gave me incredible Doom vibes. As a Doom fanatic, that was something that I quite enjoyed. I think something like that just goes to show, like, that style of game is clearly not going anywhere. It's not, it's just as good as it was then as it is now, you know?
Yeah, it's nice to see that we're seeing all these like retro-like games. I mean, the music was definitely there, and I definitely got Doom vibes as well. Like I was like, okay, they came 100 and was 100% there for it. Sacrifier, you and I both, we were geeking out as soon as that came out. Yeah, we were. It was again, we were talking about this earlier. The combination of 2D and 3D effects just meshed perfectly, in my opinion. And again, just felt like a kid again watching it.
Yeah.
So.
If 2021's taught us anything, it's the year of the grapple hook, and also the year of the dodgeball game, because Dodgeball Academia was also pretty fun. So clearly there is a lot of stuff to look forward to, and dare I say, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to in the future with the Future Games Show.
Hello there, and welcome to the Future Game Show powered by WD Black. I'm Laura Bailey, but you may know me as Abby Anderson from The Last of Us Part 2 or Kate Diaz from Gears of War. Today, though, I'll be taking a break from fighting the apocalypse to bring you a whole host of exciting game trailers, reveals, and updates. But before we get into all that, I need to get my co-host on the line. I'm sure you're going to be familiar with this person. He's appeared in The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War. You name it, he's probably in the credits. So without further ado, here is my good friend and continual co-star, Troy Baker.
Hello, Laura. You look amazing, as always. Yes, you may know me from a few video games. Joel Miller in The Last of Us, or good old Agent Jonesy from Fortnite. But over the next hour or so, Laura and I are going to be giving you the inside scoop of some incredibly exciting games and also showcasing developer interviews, exclusive trailers, and a whole lot more, including world premieres.
There's also a chance to win a $500 gift card and a WD Black hard drive by following the link here. And we have a new addition to the show this year, the virtual show floor. More on that later, but let's kick things off with the first world premiere. And for that, we're going prehistoric.
I wonder if you can put hats on the dinosaurs. Extinction is expected in 2022. What's next, Laura?
Next up, Grow, Song of the Evertree is a sandbox adventure about the healing power of nature. Let's throw it over to Prideful Sloth HQ to find out more.
G'day from Prideful Sloth HQ. I'm Adam.
And I'm Cheryl, and we're the design team on Grow, Song of the Evertree. Grow is Prideful Sloth's latest project that we're working on with 505 Games.
Grow, Song of the Evertree is a beautiful sandbox game about growing new worlds, building a town, and bringing harmony back to the land.
Grow will be available later this year on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Thanks for watching.
Once upon a time, our lands teemed with creatures great and small. The beauty of the worlds was unrivaled. The people thrived and lived in harmony with the land around them. But this harmony was not to last. Slowly, without much notice, the withering was creeping out from the darkness. Once it took hold, there was little that could be done. Our lands were overrun, and all that was cherished disappeared before us. But all was not lost. One young, brave soul stayed behind. With support from their friends and with boundless determination. This young soul seeks out a way to push back the withering and bring life back to our world.
Io vado.
Ok.
Buonanotte.
Notte.
Adios.
Grow, Song of the Evertree.
That was Grow, Song of the Evertree, which is coming to PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch in 2021.
Okay, Laura, that was extremely cute, but have you considered more dinosaurs? Hmm?
You can't just hijack every game reveal and make it about dinosaurs, Troy.
Life finds a way.
This is a very different world.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director at Frontier Developments. So as you may have seen earlier at the PC Game Show, we're working on Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're really excited about it and we're looking forward to creating the most authentic Jurassic experience yet. We've got tons of new features across 4 different game modes, including our original Jurassic campaign, which is a story set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You're going to be leading efforts to contain, control and conserve all those dinosaurs now running out in the wild. You'll be working alongside characters from the films, voiced by original talent such as Jeff Goldblum. And in the game we have over 75 prehistoric species. We've got new dinosaurs, we have returning community favourites, and we've added flying and marine reptiles to the game. I'm really thrilled to be showing you a first look at footage from the game itself. This is from our Species Field Guide series of videos focusing on one of the many prehistoric species we have in the game. This is an iconic, popular dinosaur, it's the Triceratops, but we're showing you it in a new environment never seen before in Jurassic World Evolution. I hope you enjoy it and are looking forward to the game releasing later this year.
The Triceratops is one of the most recognizable herbivores to ever have existed. It is best known for its trio of facial horns. These adornments are not just for display purposes. The brow horns in particular can inflict considerable damage to any dinosaur that dares to provoke it.
That was Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is launching in 2021 on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Okay, for this next section, we're bringing the joys of E3 to your home with a series of demos you can play right now. That's right, today. This is the Future Game Show virtual show floor. And remember, if any of the featured games grab your interest, you can try them out now by heading to the Future Game Show Steam page. So let's head down to the show floor where I believe Laura is waiting.
Yes, hello and welcome to the Future Game Show's virtual E3 show floor. Just look at it, Troy!
I am looking at it. It is incredible. They nailed it. You know, minus the queuing and the heat and the, how do I say, musk that's in the air? But man, the darkness, perfection.
All right, enough reminiscing. Let's check out some games. I'd like to start by showing you A Tale of Paper. This is a striking platformer from Open House Games where you transform to solve puzzles in an oversized world, dodging creepy crawlies and mischievous Roombas.
And now for another Tale of Paper as you shift packing boxes in the house-moving sim Get Packed, fully loaded. As you can see, it's all about moving couches on a couch with your friends in couch co-op. It's going to be available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and is also backwards compatible on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Are you done saying couches?
Yes. Hey Laura, do you want a drink?
Sure. What do you have? Wait, what's that?
Oh, don't worry about them. They're Steam Early Access codes. Go.
So about that drink.
Right, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah, here's a genre cocktail full of co-op action RPG combat and finished with a survival twist. How does that sound, huh? Okay. I said, how's a...
I heard what you said.
genre?
Tell me about the game.
This is Gatewalkers, which sees you and up to 3 other players banding together to tackle procedurally generated worlds full of monsters. But you also have to gather resources to fight off hunger, thirst, and the dreaded cold. Haku! Oh, like the element cold. Got it.
Let's hope no one gets thirsty enough for another one of your jokes. Anyway, come over here and check out the many imaginative worlds of Game Deck. This is an isometric RPG that has you solving crimes across multiple virtual realities, where your choices will shape the world around you in and outside of the simulations.
Ooh! Speaking of detectives, check this out. Backbone is a gorgeous adventure game from Eggnut set in a dystopian Vancouver, where you must crack cases to clean house in this corrupt post-noir city. Plus, you're a raccoon.
Well, if you like raccoons, allow me to offer you more critter-based adventures with Beacon Pines. Set inside of a magical storybook, Beacon Pines sends players to a sleepy mountain town where you collect powerful words that can completely alter the narrative in this charming but mysterious tale.
You know, I'm detecting a theme with the anthropomorphic animals. You know, Laura, I've always... Huh. Another set of codes. Interesting.
Troy, focus. I've got a triple threat of fighting foxes to show you. This is Trifox, a charming cartoon brawler where you fight waves of enemies as one of 3 adaptable combat classes. Great, huh?
Yes, totally, but now it's time to get serious. Mankind is gone, but the beavers remain. Welcome to Timberborn. It's a unique city builder where players set out to create the ultimate beaver society. This involves everything from constructing dams to crafting carousels.
I guess even buck-toothed critters need a solid work-life balance.
That they do, that they do. So, what's next?
Never fear, the Rift Breaker is here.
Wow. What was that?
Is what I would say if I was playing our next game, which is a base-building survival game where you hack and slash your way through hordes of alien creatures. Look at it!
Oh, no. I want to hear more from the Rift Breaker.
Okay, maybe after this showcase we're meant to be hosting.
And with that, we've reached the end of our little tour. But remember, you can go hands-on with all of these games right now by visiting the Future Game Show page on Steam. Now, how do we quit this? Is it no, that's update preference. I don't need to update this. Laura, can you help me out just a little bit?
I got you. Okay, we're back. Quick note, from here on in, when you see this pop up on screen during a trailer, it means you can visit the Future Game Show page on Steam to play a demo and go hands-on with the game immediately.
Andrea! I was doing Rocky. Sorry, I just always wanted to do that. It's because our next game is all about floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Check out this exclusive presentation from Steel City Interactive about Esports Boxing Club.
Coming later in 2021, Esports Boxing Club brings you the greatest fight roster in video game history. With over 200 fighters already signed, we've got some of the biggest and most anticipated names. From the absolute legends of the sport to the most exciting names in boxing today. The first women's division ever represented in a video game, and the hottest new talent. But what about the game? Let's take a closer look at the next-gen visuals and gameplay that are set to make ESBC the greatest of all time.
It's good. It's definitely one for the grandkids and stuff to say, look, your old granddad was in the game and busting people up, so it's going to be quite cool.
So the movement system in ESBC is all about fluidity, being able to create angles, recreating mannerisms from boxes. The physics system doesn't just rely on animation. This allows us to recreate realistic knockdowns. Even when a fighter's unsteady on their feet, it's not purely animation based. Now, we've had professional boxers, professional coaches come into the studio and provide input through motion capture and actually reviewing the game during its development. And now we really feel like we've created a true representation of the sport. Presentation is important to us. Just because we are in the studio, we're still going to aim high when it comes to production values.
Esports Boxing Club coming to PC and all major consoles with early access in 2021.
Esports Boxing Club is coming to PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Series S.
Next up, we've got a deeply immersive World War II shooter with over 100 players taking part in epic battles recreated using aerial photography and satellite imagery. Let's take a closer look at Hell Let Loose.
Product not yet rated.
My name's Max Rea. I'm the founder of Black Matter and the lead developer of Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose began as the idea of a couple of hobbyist game developers all the way back in 2015. Following a successful Kickstarter, we launched into early access in the middle of 2019. And since then, we've delivered 9 enormous updates, including entire systems overhauls, 6 new maps, tons of new weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, as well as expanding our unique real-time strategy-inspired metagame. As a result, we've been fortunate to sell more than 1 million copies during our first year of early access. 2021 is only going to be bigger. I'm excited to announce that we're launching out of early access on July the 27th, with the introduction of the Soviet forces on the Eastern Front, including famous battles like Kursk and Stalingrad, before we close out the year by bringing Hell Let Loose to next-generation consoles. Hell Let Loose has only grown due to the vibrant community that surrounds it, from our earliest Kickstarter backers to our newest recruits. We're excited to introduce you to this ever-evolving and expanding World War II experience. We hope you enjoy this first look at what's to come.
Hell Let Loose is launching on Steam on July 27th and coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 in 2021.
So, Laura, have you ever wanted to play XCOM, but in real time, with up to 7 of your friends?
Of course.
Yep, that's what I thought. Then you need to keep your eye on this next game.
Hello, my name is Heroes Horvat, CEO of Ireland, a game dev studio based in Croatia. And for the past few years, we have been working on Red Saucer's 2 game. It is a real-time tactical battlefield game. It supports up to 8 players and has a fully playable co-op campaign. We are ready to show you the launch trailer now, so get ready for June 17 when the game launches on Steam, and have fun blasting some mutants.
You are the Executor, a high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of Stroll mutants and liberate Mars.
Welcome back, Executor. The Stroll infestation has now infected all colonies on Mars. Build your squad from 6 unique classes of elite soldier, utilizing their skills to best suit each mission type. Customize their weapons and tech, as well as their upgrades and abilities. Take command on the battlefield using the command radio to give orders to the whole squad or individual soldiers. Concentrate fire on targeted locations and carry out supply runs even during the heat of battle. Recruit your friends to the fight and join in up to 8-player co-op missions to save Mars in our name.
Purge Earth of a Mutant Invasion in Red Solstice 2's Survivors, which is coming to Steam on June 17th. Our next game is about delivering mail in a sleepy American lakeside town. Let's join Dylan from Gamius to learn more.
Hi, I'm Dylan from Gamius, and it's great to be here at the Future Game Show. We're currently getting very close to finishing Lake, a game that's set in the 80s. You play as Meredith Weiss, who takes a break from her life in the big city to deliver mail in her hometown. It's a job you can do at your own leisure, and you will get to know the people in Providence Oaks along the way. Today, we're excited to share an example of an activity after your workday is done. Movie night with Angie from the video store.
This is fun. It's been ages since I've been to the movies.
Well, they call it the movies, plural. But of course, we can only see one movie at a time. So, which one will it be?
My pick? Alright, let's see. Big Trouble in Little China, Blue Velvet, or The Great Mouse Detective. Alright, I'm ready to pick. The Great Mouse Detective.
Wouldn't have picked you for a Disney fan. Oh well, let's get in touch with our inner child.
We won't spoil more, and we also can't say what Meredith will do after spending 2 weeks in Providence Oaks, because it's all up to you. Lake is coming first to Xbox and PC this September 1st. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
We're excited to announce that Lake is coming to Steam, Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S on September 1st. Now, what kind of a showcase would this be without a new Souls-like? Our next game is a pixelated take on the genre, following a protagonist with a giant obsidian sword.
In the beginning, there was dust, and from that dust, the moon was born. Eons of idleness passed, before suddenly it shattered. Great celestial chunks cascaded from the heavens unto earth. From one prodigious shard spawned humanity, and from another, the gods. For a great many years, balance endured, until a foul and malevolent deity intervened. Exile spread gloom and distrust among his kin, compelling these calamitous beings to conquer man. Centuries of servitude passed, until finally, aided by a veiled ally, humanity revolted. The Great Crusade overthrew the old gods, imprisoning them within the sacred walls of the Citadel, at the expense of untold lives. A peace was wrought, but it was not meant to last, for the miscreant Exil returned from his concealment, conducting atrocious experiments upon his caged kindred. A darkness permeated the lands. Rivers stagnated, crops failed, and the world of man began to fade. The great moon, witnessing all, wept a final shard, a shard of the purest obsidian. And thus, a glimmer of hope remains.
Customize your combat style and boss rush ancient gods when Eldest Souls drops on the PC and all current console formats July 29th, 2021.
And now we've got a closer look at the next game from the folks behind War Thunder. Here's Tom from Darkflow Software to guide you through Enlisted.
Hi there, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully our little trailer has got you interested. My name's Tom, and I'm part of the team at Darkflow Software behind our new game, Enlisted, a historical World War II shooter with some unique gameplay quirks. One of Enlisted's most unique features is the Squads mode, where you head into battle with a squad of AI soldiers under your control. You can instruct them on how to react to enemies, and most importantly, you can switch between any of them seamlessly with the press of a button. You'll only need to respawn when your entire squad is wiped out. This way, you're always kept right in the middle of the action. Although, if you prefer a more traditional shooter experience, we have a fleshed out solo mode too, where you will only fight against other players. At its core, Enlisted aims to form a golden middle ground between the more hardcore and arcade style shooters currently available. Time to kill is kept short. A bolt action rifle to the chest will down a soldier in a single shot, with submachine guns and pistols taking only a few hits. Vehicles as well can of course be devastating, but have their limitations. Aircraft are restricted to the cockpit view, and crew inside tanks can only use viewports to spot targets, so you'll need to keep your wits about you to really get the most out of these machines. Progression in Enlisted is spread over various campaigns. Currently you can fight in Moscow, Normandy and Berlin, with Tunisia and many more coming soon. Each campaign features new weapons and equipment. Firearms can be improved to increase their raw performance, and soldiers can be leveled up to grant them specialized perks. Different classes of soldiers are able to equip different gear, with specialist classes such as engineers able to build structures anywhere on the map, including FOBs, sandbags and barbed wire defenses, and even anti-tank cannons and AA guns. Enlisted aims to keep historical accuracy in the forefront of development. Firearms, locations and uniforms are all true to history. No neon pink Sten guns and mohawks here. Each army will be decked out with the equipment they actually used during their respective conflicts. Because of the squads feature, you'll never be short on targets. Twitch reflexes and fast reactions will of course have their place in Enlisted, but even if you haven't had the time to fine-tune your skills, you'll easily be able to come away with a kill count in the double digits. The AI, however, are very attentive and react to sound, and not to be underestimated. But that's all we've got time for. Make sure to give it a try yourself by heading over to enlisted.net/join. Enlisted is cross-platform and available now on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and currently in open beta. New content is added regularly and no progress will be wiped upon the full release. Once you've signed up, use the code ENLISTNOW for a free bonus on us. I've been Tom, and I hope to see you all on the battlefield. Cheers.
That was Enlisted, which is available now on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S.
Next up, we've got a bullet-time stunt shooter with fully destructible environments. Oh, and the protagonist only has one arm. Let's check out Severed Steel. Severed Steel is coming soon on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Okay, notepads at the ready, because for this next section, we're going to race through 8 exciting upcoming games that deserve your full attention. Here's our Future Hits montage for 2021.
Okay, I might regret asking this, but, you want to help me with this next one, Omochao?
Okay. Did you know that Sega recently announced Sonic Colors Ultimate? We've got some exclusive gameplay from a stage that nobody has seen yet. I hope Sonic does okay without me.
Did not regret. Did not regret it.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Golden, senior producer at Sega of America. I'm excited to share with you an exclusive clip of Tropical Resort from our upcoming release, Sonic Colors Ultimate. Please enjoy.
Get ready for Sonic Colors Ultimate, which is racing on to PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC on September 7th. Moving swiftly on, we've got a new management game from Chucklefish where you play as a powerful artificial intelligence in control of a space station. Do you want to roll the trailer, Troy?
I'm sorry, Laura. I'm afraid I can't do that. I know that you were planning to disconnect me.
No, never mind. I'll handle it. Here is Starmancer. We're excited to announce today that Starmancer is coming August 5th, 2021, and it's available to wishlist on Steam now.
Laura, you know, ever since that lake trailer, I've been thinking, have you ever wondered about the Postal Service? Like, that there's just so much mail, you know?
Not really, no.
Okay. You're saying you don't know about Jeff and Deborah?
Who are What are you talking about? I'm just gonna press this button again and hope it explains everything.
Oh, it will. Trust me.
Kiwi is a game about two kiwi birds who work at the post office. Their names are Jeff and Deborah. I'm Joel, I'm one of the developers on Kiwi, and I'm going to show you how a Kiwi level changes over the course of the game. So in this room, you're transcribing urgent messages and assembling them ransom note style by stamping them onto the page with your butts. You'll come back to this room every so often throughout the game, but there will always be a new twist to change things up. So as summer turns to autumn, now your word fragments are moving around on conveyor belts, and you'll need to chop certain words in half with the descrambler to get the pieces you need. Jeff and Deborah are going to have to deal with all kinds of hazardous work conditions. They've got sandstorms during the summer, mayfly swarms. These guys have no respect for personal property. Paranormal activity. This is genuine footage of an actual haunting. In winter, the post office gets hit with a huge blizzard, and now this level becomes about sharing the warmth of a single tiny lantern to break through blocks of ice and keep each other from becoming kiwi sickles. Our little heroes are going to face new challenges every level and in every room of the post office, whether they're typing telegrams, or packaging shipping crates, or helping an octopus sort the mail. It's all in a day's work for Jeff and Deborah. Also, you can dress up your kiwis, so don't say we never did nothing for you. We're releasing Kiwi on August 31st for PC and all major consoles, and we hope to see you at the post office. Thanks for watching.
Alright, you got me, Troy. I'm a believer. Co-op Postal Puzzler Kiwi is coming to PC and all current console platforms on August 31st, 2021.
See? Told you. Next up, we've got a roguelike with an attitude. A game show shooter where you earn likes for dunking on competitors and causing a little wanton destruction. Will the circle be unbroken? Get it? Find out in this world premiere. That was Death Run TV, and you can play the pilot right now by heading down to the Future Game Show page on Steam.
Okay, hazmat suits at the ready. Because this next game tasks players with building a team of stalkers to survive a 3D scanned recreation of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Here's more on what to expect in Chernobylite.
Mówi się, że to, co designerzy sobie wymyślają, to jest pisanie listu miłosnego. Każdy kiedyś był zakochany, pisał list miłosny, wydawało mu się, że to jest takie piękne, wspaniałe, a potem po latach znajdował te listy i mówił: Jezus Maria, co ja tu za bzdury pisałem. Zaczynaliśmy właściwie od gry, gdzie skupialiśmy się na przetrwaniu, na menedżowaniu swoim czasem i towarzyszami. To wszystko wydawało się po designersku dobre, ale zwykle emocjonalnie dosyć nudne. I dlatego dodawaliśmy coraz więcej elementów, które angażowały gracza, które były dla niego ciekawe. Na początku był to taki mały chat, który gracz sobie mógł modyfikować, ale był całkowicie opcjonalny. Z biegiem gry on stawał się coraz bardziej sensem gry, coraz bardziej jego sercem, nadawaliśmy coraz większą rolę naszym towarzyszom i warto im było dać właśnie tą walkę, coraz więcej podchodów, coraz więcej możliwości, coraz więcej broni. Absolutnie normalnym jest, że zaczyna się z czymś zupełnie innym niż to, z czym się kończy.
Fight to survive when Chernobylite comes to PC on July 28th, as well as Xbox and PlayStation in the summer. If you were lucky enough to catch one of the early access codes during the virtual show floor, you can play Chernobylite right now. But if you missed them, we've also got more codes to give away on GamesRadar.com.
Next up, here are our friends at Team 17 to show us what they've been cooking up with their upcoming PC and console games. Let's take a look.
Product not yet rated.
Be sure to wishlist any games that sparked your interest on our Steam page. It really does help the developer out. Or you can also head over to GamesRadar.com for more info.
This next game has an engrossing art style, reminiscent of everything from Wes Anderson movies to Wallace and Gromit. Let's throw it over to the Slow Bros to talk you through some exclusive gameplay from their stop-motion handmade adventure, Harold Halibut.
Hi, my name's Zonat and I'm the director and composer of Harold Halibut.
And I'm Ole, the game's art director.
Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about friendship and life on a city-sized spaceship stuck under sea. It's been 250 years since your home. An Ark-like spaceship fled an Earth on the verge of Cold War to find a habitable planet on which to preserve the human race. You are Harold, a young lab assistant to the ship's lead scientist, Jean Marot. While most of the other inhabitants have reconciled themselves to a life lived aboard the sunken ship, Marot still works tirelessly to find a way to leave the planet and find a new, drier home. Of course, we don't want to spoil too much of the story, so let's dive into some gameplay details. You're able to explore a huge part of the spaceship right from the beginning of the game. While the professor will always have tasks waiting for you, the wonderfully weird rest of the Fedorans will keep you just as busy. It was very important for us to not only focus on an exciting main storyline, but to create a world full of interesting events and meaningful encounters. The dialogues don't only help you progress in the main story, but also help you get to know more about the many characters that inhabit our world. Weaving through the narrative, you'll run into playful interactions like repairing a broken 3D printer. Your PDA is always available to you for an overview of current tasks as well as messages from other characters.
This is also where Harold's personal drawings are kept, as well as a few more shenanigans. At this point, you might be wondering how we achieved the stop-motion-like look of the game. We are in fact building every single thing you see in the game in the real world. We build sets and puppets and then 3D scan everything. We're then able to use motion capturing to create lifelike animations for a huge cast of characters. While the game begins with Harold's mundane day-to-day, mysterious events and a fateful encounter will soon plunge you into a new world that nobody could have guessed existed, and one that may hold the key to morose relaunch plans. We're really excited to find out how you like being immersed in this unique world and the feeling of puppeteering Harold. There's still quite a bit of work to do, so all we can say right now is that Harold Halibut will come soonish on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. You can already wishlist the game on Steam. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Harold Halibut is coming soonish to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Okay, yes, there have been a few gloomy games so far, so we came up with a wholesome chaser. I'm told that the developers came up with something so sweet and so positive that they just had to call it Happy Game. Seriously, if what I'm reading is correct, this one is gonna melt your hearts. Huh. Okay, Laura, hope you're still there. Tell me you just watched the same trailer that I did?
Troy, yeah, that was something. What I want to know is who the hell is writing this script?
Yeah, I don't know, but they're telling me that Happy Game is coming to PC and Nintendo Switch in 2021. Oh, and demo is available now if you want to have a cheerful jaunt into a land of wonder. Good luck with that.
Our next game is a gorgeous hand-drawn puzzle platformer following a young mechanic in a broken world. Pay attention at the end of this trailer for some exciting information about the Minute of Islands release date.
Four brothers, bound by eternal purpose. They all broke at the same time. And a girl named Moore. She knows what must be done. When the Blight first came, people began to panic. And now, the spores are taking hold of whatever remains. Moore's family is still here, however. She has been tasked to protect them. After all, she is the bearer of the Omni-Switch.
Minute of Islands.
Yes, we are excited to announce that Minute of Islands is out now for PC, Mac, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, and will be arriving on Xbox later this week.
Next up, we've got an update from the folks at Techland, who are fine-tuning the zombie parkour of Dying Light 2. Let's throw it over to the developers, who are here to answer some of your questions about the game.
Can you tell us a bit more about the video we just saw in the PC Gaming Show?
The video presented in the PC Gaming Show brings you closer to Aiden's story. What he's looking for, what motivates him, how he ends up in the city, and of course, what happened in the old franchise between both games. This is a bunch of important information about the DL2 story.
Okay, so we know more about the main storylines from the mentioned video. How does the game look outside the core campaign?
Side quests are an important part of world building in Dying Light 2. Through these quests you can decide how the city will look like thanks to the city alignment system, or bring new opportunities for the citizens. A great example is an opera singer that Timon mentioned in developers AMA. Some citizens will support your decisions, some of them will not. But it's up to you to decide how the city should look like. We have a lot of game activities prepared for our players, but at this stage we want it to be a surprise for you.
How seamless is the co-op experience? Would you say that the best way to experience Dying Light 2 is with a friend?
It could be. What is cool about the co-op is that it gives you an opportunity to see how the world changes when your friends make different decisions than you. In co-op you can walk in their shoes to experience all those differences. But really there is no just one way to play Dying Light 2. It's up to you guys.
How are you improving the story for Dying Light 2?
I know we all have great fun killing infected, but we also want to give you a deep, thought-provoking experience that will let you be immersed in the DL2 world for long hours. On top of that, thanks to the choices and consequences mechanics, the story will be shaped differently depending on the way you play.
You've promised a great open world that feels alive. How is it going?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, Dying Light 2 is full of infecteds, but it's also full of humans, with their everyday life activities and purposes. We are building Dying Light 2 around the simple rule, ground is death and rooftops alive. What is cool is that NPCs act differently on each of those levels. Also, their behavior depends on choices you make and the way you play.
Dying Light 2 is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on December 7th.
Revealed during the Nintendo Indie World Showcase earlier this year, this next game is a skateboarding action platformer. Here's Simon Bennett from Roll7 to give you an exclusive look at Ollie Ollie World.
Hi there, I'm Simon Bennett and I'm the co-CEO of BAFTA award-winning studio Roll7. Right now, we're working on Ollie Ollie World. It's our stunning action platformer. You're going to meet quirky characters on a magical road trip through Radlandia. And of course, add a ton of new skate moves into your trick bag. As a studio, we've spent over a decade on flow state games. They transport you into a state of total focus and immersion, and it's something that we very much continue to build on with Ollie Ollie World. If you've played previous games in the series, you're probably pretty aware that you're going to slam a bunch before you succeed. So for players who want it, that challenge is very much still there. New players will be happy to hear that the game will welcome you with open arms and ensure that we can get you up and riding in no time. Ultimately, we've managed to make failure part of the fun. Yeah, you're going to get knocked down, but when you finally nail that line, it tastes just that much sweeter. There's just so much more flow to the game. We've even added grabs, wall rides, firecrackers, split routes, right to left skating, and a host of insane tricks to keep your fingers busy. There's a range of visually and mechanically distinct areas to explore, packed to the brim with a fantastical cast of quirky characters, beautiful landscapes, cities, and of course, walking trees. Ollie Ollie World is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch and PC this winter. Make sure you wishlist it now.
That was Ollie Ollie World, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms this winter.
Next up, we've got a new game from the team at Odd Bug Studio, creators of PSVR's The Lost Bear. This animated story trailer will introduce you to the world of Tales of Iron, and something tells me you might be familiar with the narrator.
For centuries and longer, rats have fought tirelessly to repel the incessant frog invasions. Peace was only ever short-lived, until finally a young monarch rose to power. King Rattus, first of his name, unified the rat kingdoms under one rule, repelling Greenwort and his kind back to the putrid swamps from whence they came. Crops prospered, families flourished, and the magnificent Crimson Keep climbed ever higher toward the sky. But as time passed, King Rattus the Savior grew old, and the kingdom vulnerable once more. His people grew anxious, some claiming to perceive a faint odor in the air. Greenwort had returned with a ferocious vengeance. Amassing an army of unfathomable scale, he burned everything in his path towards the Crimson Keep. King Rattus gazed down upon his withered claws, barely able to hold the crown. He had little hope wielding a sword. So it was decided the crown should pass to Whiskers New. Arise, young prince, for the kingdom needs a hero. And so, your tale begins.
Question the reign of the Iron Frog. This is Doug. Anyway, in Tales of Iron, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms. Our next segment is from Polish studio Movie Games and hosted by God of War and Twisted Metal director David Jaffe, who recently joined their supervisory board.
Well, hello, fellas. It's me, David Jaffe. Great to see you. God of War, Twisted Metal, a bunch of PlayStation stuff. These days, I'm doing some new stuff with movie games. These guys, they've hooked up with this great company. You have to have heard of them, Platizimage, one of the best VFX houses in the business. They worked on The Witcher. They worked on Love, Death, and Robots. We're making a brand new game, the biggest game we've ever done, by the way, that's all about crime and mob and mafia and different time periods. It's going to be great. But for today, settle in, babies. These are the brand new games coming very soon from movie games. Lust from Beyond. Man, this is one of the coolest games I've played in the last year. It's what turned me on to movie games in the first place. What you're looking at is the M-rated, console-friendly version of the erotic horror cult classic. It's a first-person action-adventure game that blends Lovecraftian horror with weird freaking eroticism. I love this game. Lust from Beyond. Game number 2 is called Fire Commander. It lets you step into the shoes of the only real-life superheroes we got, the first responders. This game is my childhood fantasy come to life. This game took me totally by surprise. You're trapped in the wilderness, freezing, hungry, and now you're starting to go a little bit insane. Man, you start seeing all kinds of crazy stuff out there. Winter Survival Simulator, it's coming soon. Have a great E3. Have a great future games. I miss you guys. I'll see you soon. Oh my God.
Thanks to David Jaffe. And check out GamesRadar.com for more about movie games' upcoming titles.
This next presentation comes from the folks at Xseed Games, the makers of Story of Seasons and Rune Factory. Here's a look at their most exciting current and upcoming projects.
Good game, but I'm taking this one.
Great. Then that's all for me. I don't know. Fending off a monster or two is one thing, but protecting the whole town? That's a lot.
Take that!
I'll get straight to it. Tomorrow. Today, I rest.
I look forward to working together, as colleagues and as rivals.
Marvelous.
Find out more about Xseed's lineup on gamesradar.com.
This next game is a hack and slash RPG with twin stick shooter elements set in a retro sci-fi world. Here's a new gameplay trailer for Batora: Lost Haven.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Batora Lost Haven is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms. And you can sign up to play the closed alpha when it launches on July 21st now.
Let's slow things down a bit with a look at the next game from the creators of 2 Point Hospital.
Oh wait, I think I saw something about this a few weeks ago.
No, you didn't. Here's developers Mark Webley, Ben Huskins, and Gary Card to tell you all about it and give you a first look at gameplay.
Introducing 2 Point Campus.
When we were thinking about what we were going to do next, campus and the idea of running a university or a college was something we just kept coming back to. It's a really rich topic.
So people who haven't probably heard of 2 Point Studios may think, oh, schools, that's really dull. But hospitals, if you've seen our previous game, isn't about healthcare really. It's a wrapper, we call it 2 Point Hospital, but that's about as close as it gets to the real world of medical healthcare.
Campus is taking everything we learned from 2 Point Hospital and taking it to the next level.
The important thing was for us to give the player a canvas that they could completely create themselves.
In Campus, you start with this blank plot of land.
We've got something called the Smart Brush, for example, which allows you to drag interesting shaped pathways. If you want to drag a picket fence, you can drag that along. It's just really easy to paint the world you want.
So it's really simple to drag out a courtyard, lay down some paths at different angles.
And it's fun, isn't it? I mean, it's adding this kind of city builder element to Two Point Universe.
The difference between Two Point Hospital and campus is that we're spending a much longer period with our students.
What we wanted to do with campus is make you care about your university.
You know, the idea of these interesting and different courses are going to attract interesting and different students. So there's a night school.
Horrible pun, but night school, you got it. You're going to train knights of the realm. So it won't be stuffy, normal, boring stuff that makes you go to sleep at school. It's going to be really cool, interesting stuff.
That was 2 Point Campus, which is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms.
Our next game is in early development, but it already has a very cool code name, which is always a good sign. Here's Leo to tell you all about Project Ferocious.
Hello, my name is Leo, and I'm the developer of Project Ferocious, an action-adventure game set on a mysterious tropical island. Some of you might know me from Twitter as Omniok, where I post about the game and development and tech and stuff. And if not, I've been doing game dev for about 12 years with a big passion, and I've been working on this project for about 2 years. It's the first project of mine I decided to show to the public, and even though I know it still has a very long way to go, I'm very proud to present it today to you on the show. Please enjoy the trailer.
Project Ferocious is targeting a 2023 release date and coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Our next world premiere asks, what if Doom Guy had a drunk one-night stand with Super Meat Boy? Guess this next game wants to answer that question for some reason. Watch out for Warcry challenges when it stops defying gravity and drops on PC this summer.
Up next, we've got another world premiere. Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View is a story-driven detective thriller set in 1950s England. Let's find out more, shall we?
Robert Conway, 22nd of June, 1954. I've solved many a case in my time as a private investigator, but nothing so close to home as the abduction of Charlotte May. There are some things that take hold of a person and refuse to let go. For me, it's the idea of saving that little girl. My own daughter, Catherine, is on the case. She has the same look in her eye that I used to have. There'll be no stopping her. I wish I could say that all my neighbors are innocent. I wish I could say that I have the faintest clue where to begin. There's a lot I wish I could say. The truth is, sometimes it takes a nightmare to wake a place like Dahlia View.
I am in. That was Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View from White Paper Games, and you can dig into the mystery yourself when it lands on PC and all current console platforms, autumn 2021.
And with that, we're at the end of this year's Future Game Show.
Whoa, hold on. Surely this can't be the end. I mean, it's an E3 showcase.
Nope, sorry, Troy, that's it. Just kidding.
I knew it. All right, let's see it.
My name is Marissa Marcel. I'm 17 years old, and it's my dream to be an actress.
And that really is all we have time for. Be sure to head to GamesRadar.com for more coverage and updates on all the games you've seen today and more.
I'm really excited about that Sam Barlow reveal. Yes, and thanks to our headline partners, WD Black, and of course, all of our many talented developers and industry partners that have made all of this possible.
And of course, for everyone tuning in at home.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed today's lineup, and mark your diaries because the Future Game Show will be returning in August.
I'm Laura Bailey.
And I'm Troy Baker.
And this has been the Future Game Show 2021.
Oh boy, that was a lot of games. Welcome back everyone to E3. Golden Boy here along with Jackie as we're covering the Future Game Show, and there was just so many games, Jackie. We'll just jump right into it. What was something that caught your eye? Because there's so many great games.
Honestly, I had a giant list, but they were like, okay, you got to pick one, Jackie. You can only pick one, and I decided to go with Harold Halibut. I grew up watching a lot of claymation shows and movies, and they just scared the heck out of me. And as soon as Harold Halibut came up,
Wallace and Gromit scared you as well?
I mean, they're a little creepy looking, am I wrong? But very enjoyable to watch. But I don't know. All I can say was that I was immediately attracted to this game. Obviously, you can see here it's got this underwater Atlantis vibe, also sci-fi. And when I was listening, we were just learning so much about the game, and they were saying that they built puppets in the real world, real life, and then they use mocap. And I was just like, so much effort has gone into this. It just seems like so much heart. So I'm down for it. This is definitely my favorite from the show.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It has a very unique style to it, and that is something that will certainly set it apart. I mean, the animations themselves have a certain kind of fluidity to them that you don't really get in a lot of games. You know, every movement seems like very purposeful, and it has a whimsical vibe to it. And I think it's going to be pretty exciting when that game finally does drop. Now, one of the games that I really loved was Death Run TV.
Yeah.
I thought this game looked awesome. You know, it was like, it had that, it just has this vibe about it, like Smash TV almost, I think was like a good way to put it, was something that had inspired it. I like this. I like top-down shooters a lot, and this one just looked absurd top to bottom.
I don't know why, but I'm getting Kirby vibes for some reason, but it's just like absolutely wild and all these colors and bright lights and things jumping out at you. So it definitely looks fun. Like, I can understand why you picked that one.
Yeah, there was just so many games, truly, like from top to bottom. You know, I'm a huge Sonic fan. I didn't even get to mention Sonic Colors Ultimate, which was cool to see there. Esports Boxing Club, which seemed just as absurd as it could possibly be. But what
I put Timberborn as my honorable mention.
Timberborn's a good one.
The Honor Society. Right. I think, did we see Guinea Pigs Parkour too?
Oh yeah, I think Amelie squealed about that one.
Yes, Amelie was
actually
great.
She's yelling at us right now. So you know what, that's a great opportunity to send it over to our media friends alongside Greg. What do you guys have?
If I've said it once, you wait until your microphone's on. All right? Don't be shouting over them, all right?
Okay, you know what? You know what?
What?
For guinea pig parkour, the rules do not apply!
I'm sorry, Abby, I'm sorry. All right, so you know what? Let's change it to PC gaming. We'll start with PC gaming, all right? And then we'll get over there. I'm sorry. You take the mains.
Should I? I'm strapped in. I can't.
See, that's why I have all this freedom, because then I can do whatever I want. Oh, you want a merch plug am I in the middle of a bit, sir? Am I in the middle of the bit? Jeez Louise. Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder for anyone at home that you have an itch, you need some merch, go get some E3 merch at e3expo.com/shop today. And tell him Greg sent you, and he was mad when he did. All right, back though, let's talk about PC gaming. Damon, what was your one thing from PC gaming that stood out to you?
Riddle me this, Greg. How is it that the presentation today with the most games that I want to play in it was the PC gaming show?
PC gaming's cool. A lot of cool stuff happening over there.
I've been led to believe differently, but maybe you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 games I want to play, but let's go with They Always Run. Another great-looking pixel art game. You're a bounty hunter with 3 arms, Greg. Think about everything you could do to catch your bounties if you had a 3rd arm.
I've been saying for a long time, these 2 arms are holding me back. I need a 3rd one.
And you travel the galaxy and chase after your bounties and take them back to your 2D spaceship. That's great.
Yeah, that does look great. Yeah, I'm with you. You know,
proper here.
You're coming off of what? Yeah, 30-some games in PC gaming, another 30 in future games. There's a lot of things to pick from. But Michael, for you, what stands out?
I'm gonna go with Citizen Sleeper. That game looks so dope, yo. So it's like a post-capitalist society where everything's busted. Corporations have taken over, as if that's not our lives already. But the thing about this is like it's inspired by tabletop RPGs, and there's a lot. It seems to be there's a lot of character development in there, and I feel like that's a kind of game that could tell a lot of poignant stories. And it's also from the team that did In Other Waters, which that game was fire too. So y'all should peep that. But Citizen Sleeper it's a game that probably requires a lot of patience. And I think the ethereal cyberpunk vibe that it has is going to be able to garner my attention. Like some of that character art though, I was like, oh dang, they look hot, yo, some hot character. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Damn, they got swag on deck. Yeah. Yo, the anime boy with white slick back hair. That's what I'm trying to be when I get